Hello. Okay.
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another start, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive? Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all in my fantasy? Where are you now? Were you only legendary? Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea, under the sea. Where are you now? Another dream. The next is spinning right inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. Where are you now? 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 Under bright but faded lights, you set my heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Under bright but faded lights, you set my heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. Always end the same when it was me and you. But every time I meet somebody new, it's like deja vu. I swear they sound the same. It's like they know my skin. Every word they say sound just like him. And it goes like this. We'll get in your car and ride to kiss me with top floors in my own backseat. And we won't tonight when everything changes.
All right, we're here. Hello, it's 8:04. We're getting started. Oh, this is not what I want. Hang on. I want this one. I probably should turn my camera on. That might help, right? Like just maybe turning my camera on will help. As you can, if you can hear me, I'm kind of sick. This is a total spur of the moment stream. Kurt Hansen, I am in the chat, by the way, if you want to be. Kurt, what's up, man? Oh, what's up? Oh, you are loud. All right, 1 second. All right, let me turn my music down a smidge so I can hear y'all. Hello, hello. What's up, Jay? Yeah. All right, speak. Where is this? Where is this outputting? All right, speak again.
Hello?
One more time? Sorry.
Me or Kurt?
Nope, I got it working now. We're good.
Hello.
What's up? Kurt, you working on some Dusk tonight?
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to finish my cat, so we'll try and get more progress in the cat.
I'm just trying to finish a Void Shaper tonight. Let me remove this. Where's Kyle? Where is this guy? Can't get him in here. What you working on tonight, Jay?
Solidifying my Orgoth paint scheme.
Nice.
And trying to figure out how to make it so I can paint it quickly.
That is always a challenge.
Because right now I'm still not 100% happy with the Procro version, and it's like 25 layers per color, except for metallics.
Nope. No, thank you. I don't like that. 25 is crazy.
Yep. And it's mostly glazes.
Oh, that explains.
Oh, it's even worse. Yeah.
Glazes make sense, but oh man, it's a lot.
Yeah. It's trying to match a P3 paint scheme version of it with Procro.
Do you think the new P3 paints will fix that problem?
So from what I understand, the new P3s are going to be more like Procro, and they're in dropper bottles, so they're going to be thinner. So they probably won't work the same as the old P3s.
I was talking to Spencer from Spence Painting. He was saying they feel like you can move them around more on the model, and they're not as matte as Procro will be.
I think Procro's pretty satin actually. I've actually had to dull coat this test model that I'm doing 2 or 3 times because of how satin the colors were, and I couldn't see if the highlights were good or not. So
interesting.
And every single time they've been bad because I couldn't see and I highlighted poorly.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. User experience varies, I guess.
Yeah, Procro is. I don't know. Some people. Yeah.
I love the old P3, but they're basically discontinued now. So, I have to switch to something that I can get actively. So.
That's fair. Kurt, what paints do you use?
You're gonna ask that question. A mix. So a lot of. I tend to start with contrast. I do quite like a base with contrast. I know that it pulls and it's a challenge, but I like it. But I do have the initial range of 2 thin coats, and I quite like that.
I think I've asked you this before.
And then I picked up the base set, and then I won a set as well. So I've got 2 full sets of the baseline.
That's sweet.
Are there are the two thin coats basically like this? They work like the GW paints do, or
No, I wouldn't say they work like GW.
are they
It's
liquid
different.
pigment? Are they
It's
ground pigment?
I don't know, if I'm honest. I don't know if I know the difference of using them. I've sat and talked to like.
Have you
like
ever used P3 before?
yes, yeah, I like P3.
So P3 is a liquid pigment. That's why you can thin it forever and it never breaks. The
It's
pigment
similar
never
to
breaks
that,
through the
but I wouldn't say
bonder.
it goes quite as far. It's
Okay.
similar to the P3. It's probably the most similar to the P3 that I've used, but it's
Okay.
not quite as. But it's designed to be.
Do you
thin,
know
obviously,
who
with something behind it.
manufactures it?
Duncan
Like what
Rhodes in
company?
his garage.
Well, no, so
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know it's through
I
Duncan,
know.
but I was wondering if it's because he's worked with the Coat to Arms, which is the company that made the original GW paints and used to make
Yeah.
P3. So
As far as I know, from what I was told, those like the two thins is just like basically the same formula
as the
With some-
P3 or as the
original
GWs?
Citadel stuff, but with us like with some
Okay.
slight improvements.
Yeah, I mean the colors are basically the same or very similar to the GWs because that's what he used to teach. But
They have a triumvirate as well, which GW's never really
Yeah,
done. I mean, they're close now, but they haven't really
Yeah,
done it in the
yeah.
past. So.
I need to pick up some of
Yeah.
their Wave 3 stuff because they brought the inks back.
they're kind of hard to get in the U.S.
The Tower carries them. That's the only place I've seen that carries them.
Oh, Tower has them. Okay.
Mhm.
I wasn't aware of that. I
They
don't go
actually-
there very much.
I was talking to them. They
I'm
said
just
it's one of their
bored
best
after that.
sellers.
Believe it.
Being UK based, I'm a bit spoiled in that respect.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys get AK over there too. Lucky ducks.
If you are ever up in Nova, you can get AK at Huzzah, up in Northern
Oh,
Virginia.
really? Like
Sterling. Yeah.
Oh,
they make-
really?
They have like 10 different paint brands, full line. Yeah, but they sell Huzzah sells AK.
I'm gonna have to go there. Kerr, have you messed around with AK at all?
I haven't, no.
No, they're like the one that I really want to try.
I've started.
Yeah.
I've got a few iron painted speed paints, and I do quite like what I've tried with those. It sounds weird to say they don't taste very nice, but then again, what does these days?
I'm not a paint eater. I only eat
I
lacquer
am.
paints.
My hand is in the air. I am.
I only eat lacquer paints.
My and frog krills are disgusting. Let me tell you, they're disgusting. Some of them are okay, but the metallics are really disgusting.
Interesting.
I think any metallics are horrible. I wouldn't go try to avoid that one.
Yeah. The other problem is that I've been painting forever, and
Yeah.
I've been painting with P3 for like 18 years, 20 years, and so I understand how P3 works, and
Yeah.
my method with P3 doesn't work with ProCurl. I have figured out in the last few days. So I'm basically having to, if I'm going to stick with ProCurl, and I've now bought more than 2/3 of their line, so probably am for a while. I basically have to refigure the way I paint from ground up. ProCurl works more like GW, where you layer from dark to light. That's the way it seems to work, and then you can glaze in between layers to bring colors down or enrich, thin and enrich stuff. P3 you can paint that way, but I've been painting mid-tone, highlight till almost the top, shade, and then highlight the top for 5 or 6 years, and then middle shade highlight for the dozen or so years before that.
Yeah.
So it's weird going back to shade from dark to light. So very weird. I started painting a very long time ago.
You me both.
When did you start?
Somewhere
I
early
guess the more
teens.
question is how old are you?
Yeah, the question is, I'm 51 and I started it when I was about 13.
Okay, I'm 46 and I started when I was 13 as well. I started in 1989.
Yeah, pretty similar then, yeah.
I
We're
think.
mostly knocking out 40k armies, so my painting didn't improve massively for quite a long time until I think
Yeah,
War
yeah.
Machine changed it. Well, going from trying to paint,
Yeah,
30, 40 Space Marines to
I started with GW as well. I actually grew up in Northern Virginia, which is where there were actually 2 GW stores in the U.S. They were the first 2 GW stores in the U.S. back in the late 80s, early 90s, and I grew up half an hour from them. And then was working for GW and being taught to paint by GW in 98 when they decided to expand all across the U.S. So I have some experience, but it is, yeah.
I can't wait to paint my the gravediggers in my 90s GW my 90s GW scheme. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm doing them like classic Ultramarines with like the goblin green bases.
Oh, nice.
You're painting the whole model because originally the concept was like you were gonna prime them and just paint the fronts.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing the whole model. It's just the front half that's getting painted.
Oh no!
Like GW Studio Paint. Yeah. I did paint Storm Legion in quartered sort of purple and sort of cream.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Like Space Marines.
Yeah.
That army is now gone. I sold the army and it's been repainted. I was like, fair enough.
Was it Mark IV? Yeah, Storm Legion, yeah.
Yeah, Storm Legion, yeah.
Yeah. And then you switch to, you have Dusk and Brine Bloods, yeah?
I started with Storm Legion was first, but then Brine Bloods, and I have a similar problem with my Chimera, as Joe's was mentioning around, made it too complicated. I need to simplify it and find a way to paint it because it's kind of stalled. And Dusk has taken over, and I'm enjoying Dusk.
Dusk is in a good spot, and they're fun to paint, so it's kind of a good combo.
Yeah, fun to paint. And I was really tempted by new Eldar, all the new plastic Eldar, and it's really scratched that itch for me.
Oh, the new Phoenix Lords are so interesting to me.
Yeah, but Dusk is keeping it at bay, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I basically told myself this year, if I'm not going to paint it this year, I'm not allowed to buy it.
It's a good attempt. I like it.
Yeah, I've only I know the only thing I'm going to buy this year that I'll probably not paint this year is like one of the Infinity models I need.
Well, for how much random stuff you've bought the last several years, I think that's actually a pretty good idea for you.
It's crazy because how much I've sold it for and actually made profit. That's the best part.
Oh
wow.
It's insane that you actually made profit.
I'll make profit on something and then I'll lose on the other, so it all kind of evens out. But it's basically just trading hobbies for another one.
Effectively, for me, when I buy into a miniatures line, I expect that whenever I decide to get out of the army or out of the line, I'm going to make half my money back or less, and that's held true for my entire life.
That's my experience.
It's all the GW stuff I bought. That stuff you can sell that for profit.
Yeah. GW stuff goes, but it also costs a heck of a lot. Almost all my GW stuff I've bought in the past, and at least recently, have been secondhand or discounted. So I get at least some of the money back, or most of the money back when I recently sold out of my regular Chaos Space Marine army, and I got a decent chunk of change.
Yeah.
More than I was expecting, but still wasn't anywhere near what I spent. Maybe 60-70%. But yeah, making a profit on a miniatures game is crazy.
Yeah.
You just gotta make the person believing it believe they're getting a good deal. That's all.
I guess I'm not a salesman.
Brian in chat, what's up, man? How are you? Yeah, I used to sell cars, so you just gotta make them believe. You gotta make them see the value in it, and then they'll buy it.
Never been a salesman. Technical pre-sales, but that's not really the same thing. It's more about being clever and smart ass and actually giving people good advice rather than trying to sell it, which kind of can be the same thing, but isn't always.
I'm generally that way too. I'm a community organizer and stuff, so I'm used to demoing and talking up armies and talking about cool fluff and talking about exciting moments in games and things like that and talking up the game, but I'm not trying to upsell them
It's 40K
That's
people.
another job.
I don't mind about 40K. 40K people are literally insane when it comes to like buying models. There's so many models that are out of print, and they're like, "I'll pay triple the original price. That's fine. I want it now." I'm like, "Okay, man. You do you." I ended up selling my Codor for exactly what I bought it for, which was fine.
That's impressive.
Well, I bought it.
Already sold the Codor?
Yeah, I just wasn't gonna paint it this year. I was like, you know what? And then somebody was getting into the game, and they're like, "I'm looking to buy Codor." I was like, "Do you want the whole army?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "All right."
Anybody, if you run across anybody who's getting out of Brine Bloods and wants to get into Orgoth, let JD know, because he really wants to get into Brine Bloods now.
Trading
He wants
armies
to
is hard.
Trade his Orgoth.
Yeah.
I don't think it's feasible to do, but he seems to want to do it. He won't sell me his Garl Gax until he figures out that it doesn't work.
It's hard because Orgoths and Brine Bloods are both in a weird spot right now, I feel.
Really? I think Brine Bloods are pretty strong right now, actually.
They're definitely better.
I think they're going to get better with the Shadows box, too.
If the Shadows box makes them even better than they are now, I'm in a world of hurt. Because we have 2 active players currently, and JD is about to switch to them. He's going to still primarily play Crix, but he's going to switch to them, so we'll have 3 players in our meta. And I've maybe won one of my 10 games I played with him in the last 2 months. Maybe one.
Yeah. I have won one of my games with them, but that was before I started playing Marine as my main caster.
Yeah, I don't have a Moraine, dude.
You have a Harask, you just walk up and feet, and then they can't kill you.
They wait a turn, and then they kill me the next turn. Or they're in my face, and I have to feet to be able to possibly score or contest, and not lose my whole army in the next turn. Yeah, no, it's not good, especially when there's the Colossus, the Gargantuan.
The Abyssal King.
Yeah, I've won one game with an Abyssal King in it, and that's the one game I've won. And I built a list designed specifically to kill the Abyssal King. Killed the Abyssal King and then won because he couldn't do anything.
The Abyssal King dies. At least in my list, it dies fairly easily.
All the big guys die.
What kills it? Because if you don't have heavy jacks or something that can do high damage, you hate heavy jacks, so I don't see how your lists kill it.
Mine?
You don't play with Eidolons, do you?
No, Eidolons are kind of useless. Sorry, Kurt.
I quite like the Eidolons.
How do you kill it? I love that. I think it's great. If I had an
Eidolon,
I would run one in every game. A regular one in every game with flight.
The last time I killed it, it was with assassins.
Okay, I don't have assassins. I don't have crit decapitate 6-point units.
And then the other times I've killed it with pig and Moraine.
How? I mean, pigs of 14?
Pig, Moraine, and I guess a Kruger shot or 2, yeah.
I mean, does Moraine have a armor debuff?
She has mortality, and then she battle lusts herself.
Okay, yeah, mortality, and then battle lust.
And then it goes to arm 17. You're off 2 on the charge. You're off 2 just in general because she's a POW 15.
And you had enough attacks to kill it. That's impressive.
Feet. So you get the free mortality, you get the free battle lust, and then you can Spirit Door out, and you have 6 attacks ish.
Yeah. I need to do something about Moraine.
She is probably our best. She is our best caster currently.
Yeah.
I'm being the weirdo playing New Starfell with Jax and enjoying it.
Oh, I think New Sourfell with Jax is amazing. That's what I would be playing as well.
Ryan
If I
and
played-
She's
Jack.
referring
I
to
would-
I've
Eidolons.
only played in Orgoth versus Acres. Is Acres still playing Orgoth? I thought he switched to Dusk.
He took Dusk in Null in January, but
What
all his in-person events he's been playing Orgoth.
Okay. Yeah.
At least the ones that I've been able to find him.
Yeah.
Results for him.
What's your favorite
do
loadout
think
on the
I'm-
Eidolon, Kurt?
I really like the ranged. I really like the knockdown cannon, and then the fist with the cannon as well. I can't remember now.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's two of them that are armor 14 at least, if not armor 16, with defense rather 16 with armor 21. And things like they get pushed back if they hit them in melee, or if they shoot at range with the rumble poltergeist, they get pushed back. They tend to not die. If they die, it's very near the end.
Yeah, Eidolons don't die. That's what I've learned.
They just don't. They look
Yeah.
paper thin. They look like they fall over and you put them on the table and you go, okay, I quite like that.
Yeah.
I
I like
was-
light, either gun, the sword, and shield.
I have like that. It's expensive, but I like it.
It's expensive, but it does work, and you can't avoid it because it comes from behind a building or from across some trees or something, and it's just like, oh, it's there and it's doing work.
I
And
do
you
believe.
can't.
I think
So-
that's the one I have in my tires list. Is the
Yeah.
flight? Yeah.
So with Sarafel, I'm running Israfel and
Yeah, you
two
run- Israfel
two
and
Eidolon.
Eidolon. Yeah, and then I've Arc.
two Eidolons and Israfel, yeah. So we're both with the fist and the shield, but one with the flight head and one with the free upkeep head, and that's
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Yeah, my buddy that plays JR that for you Taylor that plays Dusk plays with one that has the same combo as you in flight, and does work with it every game. And it always is a problem that I have to figure out how to deal with whenever I play him. So yeah, I think they're amazing. They were amazing before, and I think they only got better.
A lot of the community seems down on it, but I like it.
Yeah, the
I
community's
see
weird.
the light for Eidolons. Like I see that they're good, but they're just
Yeah.
not. They just don't fit into the Moraine list right now.
Oh, I believe it.
No, they're good Marines. I agree.
I believe it.
I have tried Israfel and Marine as well, and that can be good, but
Yeah.
it's not as good. I agree. Marine's much better with infantry.
Yeah, but they work great with Sourfell right now. They work great.
Last game I played was Orgoth. I
Oh,
was trying
nice.
out War Table. Had a lucky game with Ethicus. Nice. Who is he playing in the Brian in chat? Who is he playing with Orgoth? Was he playing Harusk or is he playing another caster with Orgoth for into Grix?
If he's not playing Harusk, he's gonna have problems. Does he have Silence of Death? Yes, Silence of Death. He's okay, but I don't know. I don't understand how Kishtar is even a thing that people play.
I don't think.
She is so
she, like-
easy to kill. She has to be so close for her feat to matter, and then she just dies immediately.
I don't think people
That's like-
are people playing her like at tournaments and winning.
Not winning. There's been at least one person that played her in all three of the majors from January that I followed. And every game they played with her, they lost. Which is why I don't understand why people are playing with her. Sabrith is interesting, and I have to figure her out, and no one's
Oh, it
playing with
does.
Boreax.
The Dusk Blade is also really fun. I want to try that as more hordes come out.
Which one is that?
That's the one that sucks off the Fury.
Oh,
Yeah.
steel stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool interaction.
I think with the leaked 80 mil coming this year, that might be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The which one?
The leaked.
there's-
It was like
There's two leaked ones.
not the Crix one.
Not Deathjack, you mean the Cephalix one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's cool. And
Glenn's here.
then-
Party Foul's here. What's going on, guys?
And then we know there's one coming for. Well, actually, we know the gravediggers one, and we know the Old Umbry one too. The Old Umbry one is a guy on a giant wolf.
Yeah,
it's so circle.
The gravediggers one should be the tank, yeah, and then their 120 is
tank,
probably going to be the airship.
Yeah, it's the tank. I don't think there's. I don't think the airship is going to get a model. The airship's a little bigger than that.
Is the Umbo one a wolf or a bear? There's a lot of bears in there.
The 80 mil is basically a guy on a giant wolf.
Crazy.
Wow.
But also in Old Umbry there are morphs. So the Old Umbry Basic has a mechanic if they keep it like they did from the league. They have a mechanic that's very similar to Infernals, where you sacrifice your marked they have marked models, so they sacrifice their marked models to get an effect. So where in Infernals it's to summon a beast, summon a horror, or get back essence. In Old Umbry, you sacrifice models to replace them with. So there are two types. There's bears and wolves. So there's like Tharn and Bearmen, lycanthropes.
So like the bit of circle that we never quite saw when they're making the wolves, they'll be on the table.
There's two perfect forms, which are like 5 points each, that are large base. There's a perfect wolf and a perfect bear.
Wow.
And then there are lesser forms, which are, I think the bear is 80 millimeter and has like shield guard and 8 wounds and is slower but more armored and hits harder. And then the wolf is a small base, and it's the lesser wolf is a small base and it's really fast. It has a gun, and it's 5 wounds, I think. And they're like 2 or 3 points apiece for those, and then 5. So you buy them into your list, and then either by having stuff die and then replacing them like you would a homunculus for Legion, or there are the jacks, the beasts. One of the beasts has one of their arms is a thing that lets you sacrifice a guy and turn it into one of those during your turn, and you can have like up to two of them, I think. So you can like make 2 forcibly make 2 a turn if you want. And then there's a character model that does it as well.
It's gonna be different.
So sort of like sacrificial wolfing out for Tharn instead of them either being female human Tharn or already on the table as male Tharn. It's interesting.
So maybe it's like the fluff, the circle that we used to see, but without having we never had it on the table, did we?
Yeah, it was in the fluff. But
Wolf fluff was like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see just how, because like we don't know. So here's an interesting thing, and I want your guys' opinions on this. So, do you think we have more casters coming for the various armies that we haven't seen yet?
They have said nothing's done, haven't they? They have said that we're not completely finished or anything yet.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like there's a lot coming.
They said they're near done with like Orgoth and Wintercorp and a couple others, but they're not quite done yet.
Yeah, somebody asked about Storm Legion. They're like, "Is Storm Legion done?" And they're like, "We'll let you know when it is done, but we still have quite a few more things for Storm Legion."
Yeah, I think they're gonna get everybody's gonna get the 80 mil like Deathjack. So I think like Behemoth and those character models from previous are gonna come back as 80 mils, or there'll be new ones. I think that's what But so the reason I asked about do you think we're gonna get more casters is because in old Umbry there were 5 warlocks in the league, plus 2 cadres. From Khador, Socorro and Vilko were in there. And when they released Yana, they said Yana was also going to be able to work for them, so that would be 8 casters. for Old Umbry, 3 Warcasters, and 5 Warlocks. So
I could see more coming just because, like, I know
Yeah.
they're doing the command boxes for everybody.
yeah. I mean, but the one of those 5 will the guy that we saw that they showed off at Christmas is the command box caster for Old Umbry, I think.
Oh yeah, because the 2-player
It's-
boxes are to fill the void of the command boxes.
Yeah. I'm actually really surprised that they decided to do Trolls and Chimera as the 2-player.
I think it's
believe-
just Fury. I think it's just doing a Fury based box,
Well,
isn't it?
so we saw 4 Fury-based casters in the leak for the 4
We
factions,
did.
the 4 first factions,
They're in
the 4
factions.
first factions, and
There are
Orgoth
factions you can
and
expand
Dusk
very easily, aren't
are
they?
Fury-based. So
True, but you
Orgoth,
can't expand. There's no other wall beasts in the range to expand that box anywhere, is there?
Right.
It's very difficult to expand that. I think that's why.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's possible, but so like Dusk is getting Nis.
Yeah.
And
Look forward to that.
Beast,
Me
and
too.
then
I am
Orgoth is
hyped for that.
getting basically like undead monsters.
Yeah.
I was hoping that the Orgoth box was coming out around Adepticon so that I could use it when playing Orgoth this year, but it'll probably be like Christmas or something like that.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like Gen Con. It'll be like their Gen Con box.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they have said that the first 2-player starter box, as soon as they're sold out of it, the next run they're going to be selling it individually. So it could be that they keep a 2-player box, each of the 2-player boxes for 6 months or something like that, and then split them into individual boxes.
That'd be cool. I wonder what the prices of them individually will be. Probably like 60 or 70.
I would hope like 55, 60 at most.
Yeah, I would also go.
But we'll see.
Will they sell them as a duo box, or they will sell them only individually?
No,
Did they say?
Only individually after. So as soon as the actual 2-player boxes sell out from the Khador and Signar, those boxes, when they reprint
Kinda
them,
felt like that
they
happened
reprint
already.
it as single boxes. They only sell them as single boxes from now on.
It kind of felt like that happened already because it kind of went out of stock, like everywhere.
There
and
was
then
there
came
was a
back.
restock. They're still available here in the U.S. I don't know about the U.K.
No, I mean on Amazon in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're available in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that stock gets easier in the UK than it has been in the past. It has been very difficult. My last order was really
Well-
quick though, which is very nice.
Well, Europe is now online. Europe's printing and distribution facilities are online as of this month.
Pretty much just for New Signal though, I think so far, but more's coming.
They said that I mean, we'll see what it. Matt
thought
said
the
that it was fully online and they had the same capacity as the U.S.
Yes.
And the U.S. capacity is 5 times what it was when it was under privateer or something like that. Is what he
Yes,
said.
hopefully we'll end up when the stock issues will just disappear. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, absolutely.
One can
Now
only hope.
Now the U.S. actually has a good distributor. Well, it should definitely help as well.
Definitely, it was definitely frustrating to start with when it changed to the Steam. I mean, I've known Steamforge guys for a long time from the UK War Machine scene, and it was frustrating when it first happened. Even though knowing them, and it's just like as soon as placing orders and then taking 6 weeks to arrive, it was just painful
Oh,
for a
God.
UK company, but living in the UK.
I've had stuff take 3 months or longer.
Yeah, it's just frightening.
Yeah,
But it's better now. He's already better.
Yeah.
I
I
had
mean,
my
I think
quickest order about just over 3 weeks recently.
it's cool.
Still shipped from the US.
I think me and Joe, one of my co-hosts from my area, did a combined, and actually I think JD got in it too. Did a big combined order, and I think it took 5 weeks to get to Joe. So that's much better than it was over last year. Problem was it basically was like because we had all the delays and issues back in when Privateer was first getting it out, and they had sort of gotten over that hump, and it was much better. and then SFG bought them, and then we basically spent the rest of 2024 with the same issue of everything being delayed and taking forever.
Yeah, we had no magic button over here, unfortunately. It was, so.
All right, that's a pretty cool hair. I'll take that. I gotta paint his beard.
What have we done with the hair?
His hair's pink.
Cool.
There's hair on them.
I haven't touched the hair on mine.
helmet.
No, this is the one guy with spiky hair.
He's got the most mad scientist hair, and then a couple of the archers have. One of the archers has a little bit of hair.
Yeah.
And then the slayers have a ton of hair.
Yeah.
Brian and Glenn in chat. I see your guys' messages. What's up? Phrasing. Don't talk about the leaks. Party foul. What's going on, man? Party foul. You excited about the gravediggers? I know. Curry, you excited about them?
I feel like the only person that I'm talking to who's not excited about them.
I mean, I want one model from them. That's it.
I didn't like that part of Signar before. Go back to trenches way back part 1. I didn't like that side of Signar even then. I liked gun ranges and a bit of lightning, but it looks cool, but I don't want to paint it. I'm happy with 3 factions. 3 Mark 4 factions is more than enough. But don't draw me in.
Yeah, I just want Kane's daughter to paint. That's really it.
Yeah.
And like, I want to kind of paint Plugger, but I just don't want to buy 2 boxes.
No.
Because like, I'll have to buy I think Kane's daughter is the battle group box, and then Plugger is in the command box.
Yeah, Plugger's in the command box for sure.
And I do not want to buy 2 different boxes for an army that I won't play. I'm going to paint 2 models out of the 7 I'll get.
I'm happy with not being so excited. I'm excited for the new Chimera.
The new Chimera looks super good.
And Trolls a little bit. I'm a little bit like, it looks a bit like the Royal Navy. It's okay, but
yeah, I don't know about the troll models. They're
mostly
very
good
cool,
fun and nonsense out of pirates.
Pelican is very cool, but I don't know if they
the
fit.
shark's awesome. I love the shark.
Yeah, Chum is selling that box for the Trollbloods, I think.
He's fantastic.
I just don't know if they fit with the piratey models. I mean, I know that the
they're kind of the opposite, aren't they?
They're the good guys.
Sort of are very different as well, but they at least sort of fit in with the pirates.
With the southern grills and the settling in the south. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the good guys. The army, but they're also the villainy and scum. They're the scum.
Maybe that's why it works for them, because they're like the bad good guys, like the Marines in One Piece.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird.
I wonder how many bits the main caster is going to be for Trollbloods.
Oh, God.
We'll find out soon enough, but yeah.
Because the Chimera caster, I think, was, I want to say like 20 pieces.
Oh, was it that many? I saw a video. The video was put up, but
I think it's somewhere I heard it. I think I heard it was like 20 pieces. I know Vilcool was 21.
Yep.
Yeah, Vilcool being 21 pieces is kind of wild.
It's like going back to Warhammer, isn't it?
It's just like Warhammer. My Gaunt's Ghost models are like the little small guys, and they're all like 16 pieces a pop.
I used to love building models back in the like GW model stuff back in the early 2000s. I can't stand it now, and I hate that War Machine is going that direction.
I still like it. I found myself building some Chaos Knights because I miss building stuff because there's nothing to build in War Machine.
It has its time and place for me. Like sometimes I want to build a model, and like sometimes I'm like,
exactly
nah, I like just slapping this on a base.
I mean, I love building models, but I don't like building that style of model, I guess.
My Brian Bloods are all on planked like ship plank bases, and I cut them all out of lolly sticks. Like
My whole winter corpse is on trench bases doing exactly the same thing.
yeah, so and my hand was so sore cutting like lolly sticks up.
Yeah. I got big tongue depressors and broke them apart.
Yeah, similar things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get some of those. I preferred the thicker sort of smaller sticks.
The builder, the single piece resins. What does that say on there? Single person models. Yeah, the single piece. I do enjoy the single piece resin models. They are. That someone in chat was talking about. They enjoy them too.
I think I would if they didn't break. I know they're better now, but the breakages early on was so hard. Right? But I enjoy it now. It's much better.
I got super lucky with my Winter Corp, and really the only bad stuff I got was the original DreamCon release model. But this Orgoth army
First wave Signal was hard work.
Yeah. This Orgoth army I bought was second hand. I bought it off one of my locals, and a lot of the models were first gen, and they have been a nightmare. They have been an utter nightmare.
I've had a bit of Dusk as well.
Yeah.
See, like
I bought Dusk second hand as well.
The Dusk that I've had, the only thing that's broken have been Soulless Guardians because of big spears that are going to break in no matter what model.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's one cat that's broken like 6 times.
The swords on the cat,
It's not the one that has his arm up. It's the one that has his arm down, but there's a gap between the arm down and the leg.
You grab it.
You grab it off the hip.
Off the case.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just
so many of the early models are so flawed in the I guess they thought they were casting them, and then they designed them originally, and they have like itty bitty little connection points between like the hilt of the sword and the hand, or the way the shoulder connects, and they just snap. They're just fragile little things that snap so easily.
They have redesigned some of the cats. I did get a replacement cat, and the sword on the obviously the one's pointing down. I think it might be a different angle and it doesn't break. But I've snapped that a few times and just drilled it out. I'm very glad to get one of the little electric drills for Christmas, and that's been amazing for hitting that sort of thing.
I've accepted that things are just going to break, and if they break, I'll fix them once. If they break a second time, it's remaining broken.
Yeah, the unit I got right now, I'm painting a unit of strike reavers, and all but one guy, when I got them from the guy I bought them from, were missing like a whole hand and weapon or a whole arm, and he was like, "Yeah, they just never came in the box, and I never wanted to put them together, so this is what I have. You can have them." And so I rebuilt them. Yeah, I rebuilt them from bits in my bits box. So like a bunch of them have the spear tips from the plastic wolves of Orboros turned into daggers and stuff, and I had one standard bearer and another one that was like really broken, and then a guy that was really broken, and so I combined the bits of the standard bearer and the guy that was really broken into one full model. And if you look at the details, you can tell, and it's like the body's twisted and put together so that you can put shoulders on it.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, who's there? Who joined?
That's Erica.
It's Erica.
Oh, there it is. I have streamer mode. I don't get the little pop-up. Kyle's here too.
I am. I've just been letting you guys chat.
What's up, guys? How are you?
I'm doing some video editing at night and saw you guys were in here, so wanted to pop in and say hello.
I'm painting my dusk finally. You'd be proud, Erica.
Nice.
Painting my sailors in time to, switch over to gravediggers.
What you work with? Video?
Always the way. Fully painted, then switch. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm finishing the battle report we filmed this month, and then I took leave tomorrow. I have off on Friday, so I'm gonna try and get the battle report done tomorrow and get the unboxing video done on Friday.
Nice. I like how we both took leave on Friday to do hobby things.
I know. I was so slow at work right now. I was talking to my first sergeant, and he's just like, "Yeah, take time off," because I'm just like, it's just slow right now.
We have,
And you know, you don't know
double.
when it's, and everything can change at a drop of a hat. So
Nope, we're in the same
I've
boat.
taken 2 weeks off this week with no other plans than hobbying
Nice.
and cycling, and just because I had loads left. My children are older, getting into teenage years now, so they don't. I've just not taken as much leave this year with children, with holidays and stuff.
Yeah. I think this one's gonna be really funny. This is probably one of our more entertaining battle reports.
Can't wait. What's the matchup?
Bugatti Bomb versus Huxley with an Abyssal King and a Maelstrom.
Oh my goodness.
You said it right.
Wow.
It's pretty ridiculous.
They got that Maelstrom painted up pretty quickly, it seems.
Yeah, well, it was funny because we were gonna do the Huxley match, and we were getting ready to film, and Rick's like, "Hey, can you give me like 2 more days?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And then he comes to the house with a painted Maelstrom. We're like, "Okay, yeah, full send it, let's go."
Crazy.
Which one is it? Has he posted pictures of it online?
I don't know. I think I posted a picture of the Maelstrom and the Abyssal King fighting in one of the Discords. I forget which one.
I think he
Yeah,
posted
yeah.
it in the TNT Discord. He posted pictures.
Did I?
of it.
Okay.
I think Richard
I
did
don't know.
too.
Yeah. The I've seen 3 fully painted ones now.
Yeah, it's and then once we do the unboxing with the shadows and scum, Paul's painting the brine blood part of the box, and then Rick's gonna paint the chimera.
Nice.
So you're doing for March, right?
That's gonna be the battle report in March. We're probably not gonna do brine bloods again because we just had them on, but we'll get the new cadre with chimera into. I think we're actually going down to see the Maryland folks, so we might get either Orgoth or Infernals in that matchup.
Are you guys gonna do like a full 100-point game, or are you gonna do like a COD race?
No, it'll be a 100-point game. We'll just supplement the cadre models in, because Rick has like FA chimera also.
Okay. Yeah, we finally have some people in my meta that actually play chimera, so I
nice.
actually get to play against them. I have until about a month ago I've played 3 games total in the chimera. In all of 2024 and beginning of 2025.
We have so Rick's kind of bouncing back and forth, and then once Gravediggers comes out, he's all in on that army. But for Chimera, we have people that play the army, just not consistently.
Yeah. The problem that we've had is we've had guys that either bounce between a couple different armies or guys that show up like once a quarter.
Yeah, and it's rough because the army kind of got a soft reboot in January.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him a lot before, so not seeing him again. Like I get time playing with them in the Null, which is great, but that's like it, and conventions.
And they're a weird matchup because like the next time you see them, they usually have a new caster. It felt like for me.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna drop Tyrus into them until I think I just dropped Tyrus into them.
All these dusk players.
Right now, I have Moraine as my drop into her, into Chimera.
I mean, don't you just drop Marine into everybody except for the mirror?
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah, Nate and I are running double Dusk right now, so he's taking Marine.
Ooh, double dusk. What's your pair?
Mine is Helith Tyrus. He's doing Hazaroth Moraine, but I'm low-key worried about the Hazaroth play with the Grievous Wounds on the field, and then with Gravediggers coming out, I think Grievous Wounds is going to be something we're going to see more in the game.
100%. Like, that's a dangerous game to play with Hazaroth.
It's all over.
Well, I think not just that, but he tends to be a caster that wants to castle between invocations and a 12-inch range control. So on the wider scenarios, he
has to play like a brick. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of these scenarios, like you'll just lose on points if you do that. So I've been grinding Scarafell on the side, and I really I have a really fun Scarafell list. I played it into Travis in the Null a couple nights ago.
I love your list.
Thank you.
It's the same as the one you took to
Captain Con?
Yeah.
I love that list too.
I don't even play it all, but it's such a cool looking list.
Thank you. It's so much fun. I I have a blast playing it. So like, kind of like part of me is like, oh well, if Hazaroth doesn't work, you can take Tyrus, and I can just play Scarafel.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but thank you. Yeah, it's a fun list. And Force
I'm really
Hammer's so
enjoying
good.
Usarafel.
Say again.
I'm really enjoying Usarafel. I wasn't
Yeah,
playing
me
Ritual before, and you really like Jack, her ability to run battle group really well. It's really fun.
And the Eidolons are so janky. Oh, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah.
I don't know. They are so much fun.
We were talking earlier.
Try to have high armor.
Me and Kurt love them. So
Have you played around with the Dawnblade Vortex Cannon play yet?
Oh, to pull yourself in closer.
No,
Yeah,
think
you
that's
pull
running
your
the-
so you get to something within 2 inches, and then you shoot it with your gun, and then you just drag
Oh,
your
wow.
Eidolon into, so you get all your initials.
that was happening with one of the guys in my meta already before, and now that it has a pistol on it, it's
Oh, it's so good.
beautiful.
Yeah, and I think Force Hammer is still really strong because outside of spell, like you can't shield guard it, and in a field with like you could slam 80 mils. It's great into cricks because they have those stupid spraying thralls, so you could just slam them back into their shield guards and watch them explode on their army.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're super excited about Nova though.
Yeah, some
that
big
was
things
gonna be
coming for Nova.
Mm.
When do tickets go on sale for Nova?
April 10th.
April 10th. Cool.
Yeah.
Work cleared me, so I'm very excited.
Nice.
Obviously, that's subject to change, but I'll be buying my ticket and hotel at launch. So
Yeah, Paul's really excited to collaborate with you guys, Jay.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a really good cast. Me and Alec and actually me and Joe have been talking about stuff a lot, and we're really excited to have him on. Alec was trying to push us back in December to get him to come on and talk about terrain, and it just didn't fit in with what we had and with the time we had in December. So it's really good that he was free to join us.
Yeah,
Next
I
week.
agree. I love so with the tables he's doing, like he's working on the Cephalix table right now, and I'm like, oh, that would be such a cool thing if just in general in cons of SFG contact like Tyson also makes incredible tables. It'd be like, hey, this is an army that's releasing at the next con, like to try and tease it out, you can make a table that's themed for that army.
Yeah, I know I said that I was gonna probably bring 2 themed tables, but it might be more because after I talked to you, I was talking to the other guys, and we normally do a community project every year. So like we did the Siege last year.
Oh
and
yeah,
all the
yeah,
training stuff for it.
yeah. No, that was
So,
yeah, that's awesome.
So we're the community project for this year sounds like we're gonna do themed tables and try and get a variety of members in the community to create them. So I might have 4 or 5 or 6 that I can bring.
Yeah, let us know. That way, so because we have a couple of different themed ones, that's why we're not double stepping. But yeah, let us know what you guys are working on.
Has already talked to me a little bit about it.
Oh,
like
okay,
we're
cool.
gonna talk about him creating like us creating a different region than him, or something like that. I think so. Right now, I'm working on a lava table. I'm waiting on some terrain to show up to finish it, and then like lava lakes and stalactites and stuff on a lava mat, and then I'm thinking about doing sculpting an Orgoth table. So an Orgoth
That's
temple
cool.
table.
I always wanted to do like a lava table, but like a dwarven mine with
Yeah.
cute little carts and tracks and stuff.
we just
Yeah.
need the rule guard to come back. We'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm basically doing that, but in a cave.
Yeah, I always thought that would be really cool. Paul was also talking about doing a table like inside a temple because it's always like the battlefields
Orgoth
are always
temple I want to
outside.
do.
Oh, okay.
I wanna
Like an
do. It's
inside
gonna
one?
be inside a temple and have the official Orgoth terrain mixed into it, and yeah, it's going to be in a ruined temple.
That's cool.
Is
That's
what I'm
cool.
thinking about. Yeah.
What are you guys painting?
I know Kurt's painting dusk. I'm painting dusk.
Mm.
I'm trying to figure out my paint scheme for Orgoth. It's been a bear. It has.
Yeah.
I'm just
You looked
slowly
at-
I'm just slowly trudging through my the sailors.
If you looked at the painting discussion at all in WCL, I posted a big thing about trying to figure the colors and the iterations, and they all were like, well, why don't you just go back to the thing you did like 5 months ago? I'm not using P3 anymore. And they were
That's
like, well, here's some swatches to try and make it work.
That's why I love Tony, man. Tony's like the art dude, where I don't know where he gets his stock from, but if you need pictures like in the old print books where they had the different color combinations for the infantry, like the different divisions or platoons.
Yep.
Yeah, Tony's the guy. Like if you need if
He's
you
got
need
all of it,
examples or
so-
art, he's got everything.
Say he's got to have all the old Nor quarters.
Yep. No quarters and army books and everything.
I love going back to Escalation for
Oh,
there's a lot of variation and different schemes in there.
Escalation is the best book they've ever released.
I agree. It's very cool.
The campaign is amazing.
Yeah.
That's the one with the first Apotheosis casters came out. Was it that book?
It's the one
Before.
before
Oh,
Apotheosis.
it's one just called Apotheosis.
Yeah, it's actually called the second book was called Escalation, and it
Okay.
basically is it's a 3 to 4 player campaign that has you play seasons, so you play like 2 or 3. You basically play a game against each other one of the. You're basically each player is playing one of the 4 base armies, and so you play a game against each army over each season, and then there's like a bonus mission that is like cool. Just like one of the missions is just like Vlad is sitting on the side of the table, and you're playing just Sorsha, and she's going up against some like Crix Bone Jacks, and she had.
I forgot that. That's awesome.
The mission is just like Sorsha fighting and trying to like stationary Bone Jacks and run up and kill them and zip away from them with Windrush and stay alive while Vlad is every so often like throwing a spell or healing her or something from the sidelines. There's another mission where the table is all water and there's 2 12-inch by they're 18-inch by 12-inch ferries, which are basically just like flat pontoon boats, and they start apart from each other and they cross past each other, and the mission is trying to control both boats or score the most objective points between the game, and it's such a cool mission.
That one was cool. I like that one.
Yeah, and there's like a river crossing where there's like a delta, and there's a bunch of bridges, and each army's in the 4 corners. So at the end of every season, you play a big battle where all 4 players come together and play a big battle. So there's like 3 little battles, one against each opponent, a little side quest, and then a big battle at the end of each season. Such a good campaign.
You have way more of that in your head than I do.
Dude, I've been organizing War Machine since like 2004. Yeah, I've run a lot of campaigns. It's awesome.
That's longer than I've been playing.
Yeah,
It's a bit longer than I've been playing.
I didn't
Join the Star
start.
Boards.
I didn't start in. Actually, I bought in 2003. I bought Prime, the Butcher, and some Man of Wars in 2003. But I didn't actually have a community to play with until right before Escalation came out in 2004.
I'm over here.
It was
Who
more like
started
2006 as Hordes came out.
That's when I started. Was in 06.
Yeah, I was at the Gen Con. They announced them. So fun story about the Gen Con they announced themselves. It was in 2005, and they announced Cavalry, and then the PGs. Every year they did a Friday night PG party where they basically run a bar out and they all go drink and hang out and play games and do stuff and talk at Gen Con every year. And so the PGs all go off, and then at like midnight they all come back, and they all either have a metal pre-release circle box that didn't come out for 2 years, or a Full Blood box. And so they're all come back, put them together, and we spend all night just playing Hordes and trying the 2 armies out against each other for the whole night in 2005 on Friday to Saturday night. It was crazy.
That is pretty cool.
Crazy. Yeah.
I was when I joined the army, the second whatever book Morvana came out in, I forget which one that was, but it released like a bunch of books released while I was in training, and at basic you couldn't have anything other than like the Bible, right, to read. So when I got to medic school and my family came to visit me at graduation, basic training, but between basic and medic school, I was just like, I need the books. I just need like everything that came out while I was away so I could catch up.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you made the Iron Kingdoms your religion, and that would have been even funnier.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Hey, I worshipped everything when I was in basic because that got me out on Sunday.
Faster.
That's right.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I
Yeah.
went to every church. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you were just learning. You're trying to diversify your knowledge.
I just didn't want to get yelled at for an hour and get air conditioning, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, do you want to do that? Do you want to do that tonight or no? Film. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna go film. So I will talk to you, cool cats, later.
See ya. Give Andy a kiss for me.
I
Have a
will.
good one.
See
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Yeah.
Mm,
Nova is gonna be a blast this year.
yeah, it is.
Wish I could go.
Yeah, I mean, it's also going to be the first official SFG there, so
Yeah, that's gonna be cool too.
yeah, they announced it, so Nova did, so very cool. We're actually going to have a official narrative from them, so very cool.
And I'll be fully painted by then. It'll be even better. I'm almost done with this Void Shaper tonight.
So I know I give you shit, man, and it's totally just me being like, I'm your friend. I'm not trying
Oh,
to
you're
pick on
good, buddy.
you or
You're
anything.
good, man.
I know we had an issue for a little while, but like, when are you gonna paint or actually paint an army like an army?
My
your
desk.
dusk is so weird, man. I mean, they look good, they're interesting, but they are so weird, man.
That's the best part.
I mean, I guess you're young and
Yeah, I was about to say earlier, I'm the
that-
youngest here, and I started playing the latest. I started in Mark
Yeah.
III, late Mark III.
Yeah. I painted some 40k armies like that. They were just like really weird and random back in the day. But
If Rule Guard become a thing, I will paint them probably normally-ish.
you are such a good painter, and I really think you could win contests and best painted armies and stuff like that. And you just don't. You paint really weird things, man.
Trying to push
They look
boundaries.
cool, and you're trying different techniques and doing different things, but that's cool. But I'd love to see an actual, like, I know you painted the Orgoth and stuff, but that's not what's from your army. I'd love to see a fully painted nice army from you. It's yours.
The Dusk will be. This is my fully painted army.
Dude, man. But yeah, I mean, what's his name? The Orgoth solo guy. I mean, you basically painted him gray, did some stone effect.
Oh,
on it,
Molgrath?
and then painted his eyes one color and hit the eyes on his leg armor another color, and that's your three colors.
Yeah. Hello, I'm going for speed
Come
now.
on, man, you could do a lot more than that.
Look, I have a month and a half until Adepticon.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Zeus and Chet never stand up against the box army colors. Interesting colors for the win. There you go. Thank you, Sam.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't paint the box army colors either. Unless I'm painting Space Marines, and I don't really do that very often.
So I started painting my Chimera battle group, and I'm doing purple, pink, and like yellow for the glowy bits so far.
Cool.
Very cool.
But I'm just trying to figure out how to do that on non-War Beast models.
Yeah, that's the challenge I'm having. Is I'm trying to figure out my Orgoth paint scheme, and it's basically blue, like blue, purple, sanguine, and then bronze and silver metallics, and tanned skin, but putting it on a jack or on something else, it just looks really weird. And I've tried like 10 iterations and it's just not working out.
Sometimes it's about identifying what's armor and what's your color for armor, and then you put that. So my jacks are very yellow because the armor's yellow everywhere else. The jacks are very yellow because of that. But
I tend to try to do two-tone looks because I like it better than just like a straight armor color usually.
yeah,
And I've painted 2 jack bolts now. For a while, I was thinking I was going to go to a more like crimson red color instead of the sanguine that I'm doing. And the first one I painted looks exactly like Spider-Man because it's red and blue.
Nice.
And then the other one, I reversed it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll do the blue as the main armor and the red as the accents, and it looks exactly like Optimus Prime. So, yeah.
I don't think either of those are a problem.
I do.
I say I'm not doing red Zem, but I'm doing orange Signar with black and metallics.
Very cool.
We were thinking, or we were like, we were just pondering at the gym the other day, like what colors to paint the Chimera. Because like AJ has Chimera and Prime Bloods.
Yeah, I'm getting a box for demoing, and I'm in the same boat. I'm trying to figure it out.
I think we're gonna do like a cherry blossom theme, so like grays and pinks.
Yeah. That's if I ever do dusk, that's what I'm doing. Dusk is whites and grays and pinks.
Yeah, I think that's how we're gonna do our Chimera, and then we're gonna do the Brine Bloods, like French Revolution colors, like red skin, blue cloaks.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna do them as like Civil War, either probably Union soldiers.
That'd be cool. I wonder
Yeah.
if anyone in this call would have issues that I have red and black metallics. Signar me? No one would. They're your models. You paint them how you want.
I will say I'm, as a longtime Kador player and a longtime Swan hater, red Signar is a little aggravating, but I don't care. It's fine.
I'll quote
basically.
Dan VK from Beer Machine.
Yeah.
Don't yuck my yum.
Yeah.
I did see a I think it was dark purple or blue Kador, and I was like, that almost makes me want to buy Kador.
Almost.
Or at least paint Kador.
Almost does.
Almost. I've never owned any Kador.
Oh, but they're the coolest looking army right now. I don't think they're the best army, but they're the coolest looking army right now. That's why I own all of it.
I was pretty happy with my the Kadar, like the 2-player. I still have the 2-player box of cool. That one, she's super cool.
She's so small. All the details on her are so tiny.
I ended up not painting half of them, so if it's in a shadow, I'm not painting it.
I can't do that.
My intro into War Machine was buying the Primal first initial book with the Legion box set, and then getting married and taking the book away on holiday and reading it on holiday in the middle of Wales somewhere. And then dragging my new bride, who I'm now divorced from, across Wales to find a shop to go and buy trolls. Because I read the fluff and went, no more this dragon people. I want trolls. The fluff just completely sold me on trolls.
Yeah, I did something similar. I went to a release event. We all played starter box games, and I started with Legion. I played the whole release event with Legion, and my buddy played it with Scorn. And at the end of it, we both went, "Want to trade?" Yeah, I want to trade. And so I played Scorn, and he played Legion. And Legion's the only faction I've never really played since. So.
Are we gonna see a Mastodon from Ice King? Yes, you are. My buddy. I'm painting his Mastodon for him in the same colors that I did. Chill. I offered to paint his Mastodon for him in the synthwave theme, and he is very excited.
Who's this?
The guy I sold my Kador to. I was like, hey, I'll paint if you buy the Mastodon, I'll paint it for you.
That's cool.
Because it shouldn't take more than once it's prime, more than an afternoon, honestly.
Don't you have Cookie's Maelstrom you have to paint too?
Yeah, we'll see about that one too. I have to paint everybody's Colossals apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to ship you mine?
Please, for the love of God, no.
I can drop it off to you at Boker.
If it's no, after Bokor, I'm starting back some school stuff. I'm not even gonna have time then. I did tell Cookie. I told her I would teach her how to paint candy. I don't think I'll paint candy.
I still have to buy Magnus Invictus so that I can paint Invictus candy.
That's gonna be
You
sweet.
challenged me to paint a candy model this year.
Yep. I hate how this is turning out. This is awful. All right. Shading white is awful. No, thank you.
You want to use like a bone white or something, and then bring the color back up to almost pure white, but not end up on pure white. Except in the highest highlights. If we were talking P3, I like Troll Blood Flesh as the shade.
Yeah, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try
Troll Blood highlight rather.
mixing this with this. More content to see. Yeah, exactly. More content. Yeah, there's a lot of videos coming. Like, I have a lot of videos coming soon. Because I have the one with Party Foul. That we're doing the mini crate.
Yeah. His guy looks pretty cool.
His is really cool. Yeah, you hear that Party Foul? Right in there? Yeah, your guy turned out awesome. He's in chat.
He did. Yeah, the cloak is really the sharpness of the shadows to highlights is really awesome.
He is a fantastic.
I mean,
painter.
he's a phenomenal painter, period. But
Yeah. This is definitely a weird white that I just came up with, but I like it. I was looking for.
Did you make Ice King white?
I don't. It's definitely something. This was an idea. Actually, Party Foul had when I was doing the concepts for this. I was like, "What color do I do the white?" And then he like did the white, and then he put like this like lavender undershadow to it. And then that's the shadow.
Are you painting with Procro? Or
Yeah.
So you're using Faded Plum or something?
So I mixed in the periwinkle speed paint to their white.
Yeah, I don't use any of that stuff, but yeah.
And it's like this off purplish white. And then I'll highlight it with white and like the normal white. And then I just gotta add one tuft to his base and he's done.
Must be nice.
I'm not going crazy detail on it. I'm getting them table ready and I'm calling it a day.
Yeah. I do that too. I just do it as like my level 1. So I do level 1 and then I go to level 2, which is highlight and shadow. And then level 3 is rust and patina and blood and that stuff.
Here I am over here just doing slap chop.
Dude, you're in a few weeks you're gonna have a video about sponge chop and you'll be switching to that for gravediggers. Hope you're ready.
Yeah. Wish I could get a paint video to work, but not with the cameras and stuff I have now.
Yeah. Does the phone not cut it?
Problem with phone is I was able to get I can't get the phone to record a long enough video, and I've had some issues with it saving to the flash drive. I tried the streaming thing that Mario was talking about, and I recorded a bunch of that, but it wasn't very good quality, and it kept every time I get a ping message or and from like Discord or Facebook Messenger message or a phone call, and I get a lot of spam phone calls, it freezes.
So,
just do not disturb everything.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a lot to go and mute everything, but yeah.
No. You just put the phone on Do Not Disturb.
Do not disturb. as a whole
Yeah.
as a setting, and
And it just
turns
pauses
it
all
all off.
notification. Now, when you turn your phone back off of Do Not Disturb, it will explode.
Indeed.
What kind of phone are you using?
It's a Samsung Galaxy A53. So not the top of the line. It's like the $300 or $400 model instead of the
Well,
$1,000.
still, I mean, it's still gonna have a decent camera on it.
Yeah, it has a
Yeah.
very good camera. It has a very good camera.
You might have to go into your settings
I still
to
like playing the
change
black
how
off my
long it
bases.
can record,
Yeah, I
or
need,
maybe
Yeah.
you're running out of space.
Yeah. Well, so I expanded the SD card ran out of space and fried itself, but in December, and so I've got a new one that's like quadruple the space, and I deleted all the pictures and stuff that I had on my phone from the 2 years of painting and taking photos of models.
Zemnos, I still like
It
playing
was
the
on it.
back off my bases. Yeah. When you guys,
But, yeah,
this is actually a question
I
for
have
you
to figure
guys.
it out.
When you guys are painting your bases,
Yep.
do you like the black rims, or do you like people who like match the rim to the, like the color of the base? Like, so for like my dusk, it'd be like a blue rim.
I like a black rim
You
because
just try-
it's effectively like
You
base.
just gotta look up to making rimming jokes now.
It's a black. It's
Are
a
we,
black
are we making
line.
rimming jokes?
That's what I was asking you.
I mean, I love rimming jokes. I love edging and rimming.
Yeah, I see it as black lining the model to separate it from the table.
Yeah, I agree with that.
black- I like satin or gloss black.
I
I've
will
toyed
s-
with other things, but I love just blacking it matte black.
Yeah, I will say once I got the satin pro acryl black, and like I do that for all my bases now.
That's so the P3 black was satin like that, and I didn't realize it was. And I got the really flat coal black from Pro Acryl. and
Yeah.
it just didn't look good, and so I found they had a satin one. I went and got the satin one. And that's what I use for all my base rooms now.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had the satin one until I like opened the because I ordered the Adepticon set and like just put it in a
Yeah.
box, and then I opened it. I was like, oh, there's satin in this. Cool.
Yeah, I should have just bought the Adepticon set. I picked up like 1 or 2 colors out of it that I thought I was absolutely going to want, but I wasn't going to use all of them, and I've since gone back and bought all of them but one.
Which one did you not get?
The drab color.
Oh, I started using that a lot. I really like it.
Yeah.
Well, it's good for my
Yeah, I will-
the
I will
cadre.
probably want it and get it eventually, but I don't need it for what I'm painting right now.
Yeah. You hear that, Zem? We've all collectively said black bases, but I do need to try a few things without it.
I mean, so it also kind of depends on the game. So like, for War Machine, yeah, absolutely the black rim. For Warhammer, like 40K kind of stuff, I would say the black rim. But like in Warhammer Fantasy, or now, what's it called?
Sigma.
Not Age of Sigmar,
Age of
is the
Sigmar.
other one. The
Oh,
not Age of Sigmar,
Old
the
World.
other one. Old World.
Old World.
I actually like using the brown rims, because usually you're putting it in a tray, and then using the tray as the rim, and so it matches better. It makes it look like more like a flat surface completely in the tray if it has the brown rim. But for the most part, I like the black rim better.
Yeah, I don't I don't mind most of them. The one I don't like is the
And Age of Sigmar, I probably use black rim too.
I just don't like the ones that are like really bright color that are like it's a pink rim and like the models like
Yeah.
it's like they pick one of the highlight colors and they use that as the
Yep.
And I'm like, no, please no.
I think when we used to do direction facings, then you could use it for that for half of it. But I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That makes sense. Like having a visible marker on the base so you could see.
Yeah, that ties in. But no, I generally just go black, and then it shows up the other indicators on the base, the unit, the model unit number and that kind of stuff shows up there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It can be kind of useful to have different colors if you're, say, running, I don't know, 4 units of Marauders.
Well, I usually paint
Yeah.
like different colored hair, but on Marauders you
Yeah.
can paint like different colored pants.
I do
Different kind of sashes and stuff. I don't know.
different details and use a color for each one that's an accent.
The one I
That's what I
liked
do, too.
on my Retribution was they all were the same color, but I just did different amounts of tufts on them. So like
Yeah.
if the unit had 2
I've seen
tufts
that
on it, it
before.
was the second unit. If it had 3 tufts on it, it was the third unit.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
like-
could
I'm blind to
do
that,
it
though.
as
Oh, there's
like
Alec.
they're
What's
all
up,
the
buddy?
same except one tabard is red or green or blue. That's how I
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to do it for my Menoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can
that's
only
what I
play
tend to
casual,
do
so I'll
too.
keep painting to match my pacing.
Yeah. that's-
Zem, you gotta come out to Bokor Brawl. You gotta come out to a tournament. I've done different colored cloths on my Menoth. Yeah, there you go. Zem's painting Menoth too.
There you go.
Dude, Jay, did you hear about how Dusk is just Menoth?
They're not. Oh my goodness, they are.
That was
They're
not what I
not.
said.
If anything, I think Brian Bloods are Menoth actually.
Ooh.
No, what is wrong with all of you? You're just gonna troll me.
Menoth
and
is
say
all
how
about
it is.
stacking effects and making your models better, and that's 100% what Brian Bloods is.
No. So
What
I
was
feel
it?
like we used
What
to
was
make our jacks, but it like we would only have 1 or 2 effects to our actual our
I
units.
mean, you could stack like put fire on stuff from the book, and there were other effects that could be passed around and stuff.
Zoo Menoth is gonna be new Menoth. Okay.
Zoom Menoth's not real.
Menoth's not happening, I don't think.
You guys.
It's like Exeter
you
Eldar.
keep
It's never
saying
happening.
that. It's gonna be happening until bam, it's happened. It's in front of you, and then you're all gonna be shocked.
Well, I mean, I know I posted the thing to you, and you were like, "Oh no, that's not real." But like this weekend, Matt got asked how many dinosaurs are going to be in the new Menoth faction.
He said exactly
he
zero.
said exactly
None.
0. So
You know what? It's because they're not actually dinosaurs. They're
Ooh.
just giant lizards.
Okay, okay.
Zoo lizards.
Or birds.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love me some dinosaur Menoth. I would totally play some dinosaur Menoth. It would bring me back to the fold, probably. I do have 2 Menoth armies downstairs.
Party file in
That is funny.
chat said friends don't let friends play Dusk.
Oh,
Oh, I mean,
That's fine. I don't have any friends, so it works out.
Oh.
Oh.
Not anymore. you play cats.
I'm only friends with
I
other
mean-
Dusk players, so Kurt, you and me, buddy.
hey.
Just wait. I'm gonna have these beautiful guys in front of me. These beautiful Signar models. It's gonna be amazing. Just you
Alec,
wait.
you're gonna have
Beautiful
this
Signar.
amazing Signar army, and then you're immediately gonna leave us. It's so
No,
depressing.
no, I'm gonna give it to my daughter, and then I'm gonna go back to Menoth.
Yeah.
I sold my men off. I was very
I have
happy to sell my
8.2
men off.
to sell.
Man, they're super.
Alec, do you want me to try to get you Adepticon or Gravediggers at Adepticon, or you gonna try to order them?
Go ahead and try to get them for me.
Okay.
I mean, if it's not too much, like, or
No,
not
it should
too
be
much
fine.
trouble or whatnot.
I'm gonna
yeah,
be
if you
in
can
line
get
for
me
myself
Gravediggers,
anyway.
Because it's
I'm not
not
sure
the
to
full
see what else
faction.
is
It's
in
what
Adepticon.
is it the command box?
It's the
Or
command
is
box.
it
I think
full
it's.
faction.
I think. Well, it's.
Hoping that's gonna be the command box in the first box, the battle group box.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the battle group and the command box.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Mhm.
Husker and Kane's daughter.
Yeah. We'll see what they announce
Yeah,
between now and then.
I'll be enthusiastic no matter what. So
I'm hoping they do like a Adepticon model like they've done. Pre-P used to be like Gen Con model, so maybe like we'll get something else cool. Because like I think both Carver and Magnus came out at conventions originally as convention models. And
They were
then
Gen
were
Con
added to
models.
Yeah. I would look because Adepticon is their like big coming out. I'm really hoping that we get something like that.
Dusk is over. Welcome, fellow Canadian. Well, there was Zem. Where you at? You could do the Broken Coast Barrage. I don't know where you're at. That was good event. Dragon, welcome, fellow Canadian. Dusk is overplayed and boring. Boo. They are overplayed though. Everyone plays them.
Well, that's because they're top tier and good.
They are good right now. Yes. And then his brain's like listening to a huge podcast. Yeah, there's a good amount of people in here just chit chatting.
Yeah, and we're almost all podcasters, if not all of us.
Yeah.
are we?
Yeah.
I think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah, we all
I
are.
mean, we're all.
I mean, I'm kind of lax, but yeah.
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 I mean, we're not big podcasters, or at least I'm not a big podcaster.
None of
like
us.
the
I
rest of
was.
everyone.
Hey,
So I can do the big in Mark II thing if you like. I can do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say his numbers in Mark II are probably massive.
yeah,
That's what she
Not
said.
bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was my nickname in high school. I mean,
What big in Mark II?
no,
we did have
just massive.
we did have a huge Atlanteans meme today that went viral. The
Dude, it
Bog
was
of
solid.
Bidwam meme.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm just gonna keep calling him Mbop.
Mbop.
Oh yeah,
And-
it's Mbop from now on. Mbop. Yeah.
Mbop.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but,
that's
like,
that's
it's
gonna
just like, you know,
grate. That's gonna grate on me a little bit. I mean, because I did get called that at conventions before.
Mbop?
My surname is Hansen.
Oh.
Mm,
Wait, you're not Taylor, are you as well?
no.
Good.
We
That's
actually
only
couldn't
for
remember
me.
what the other. No, we couldn't remember what the other Hanson kids were because there were 3 of them, aren't there?
There were 3, but I can't remember what the names are.
Ah.
Zem, I listen to everyone here. So thank you, Zem. I appreciate you.
You had Taylor, Zach, and Isaac.
Oh, you googled it. Nice.
Yeah, I googled it.
No, he just looked off the poster to the side of him.
Oh, nice on the wall.
You
Yeah.
guys will come back.
He wasn't gonna
Gosh.
say anything, Alec, but you're now exposed him. So
I mean, he does play Dirty Swans. He deserves it.
That's fair. I mean, says the Dusk player.
Yeah,
Cats are fair and balanced, right?
they are. That's why they're 11 points now.
I'm just happy they
Not
lost
right
reach.
yeah, that was a good change.
Yeah, I still think they should go down. They didn't lose that D3 damage, did they?
No, that's like their whole
No,
thing.
no.
I think they should go from D3 to just one point.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that still kills single one infantry.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
so-
my favorite thing. Mechanic Thralls have a fantastic. I love that still.
Yeah, but my bastions would do much better. So you know what? I
Stormblades
don't care if
just
the
die.
Cathethrals
Yeah.
die.
But then casters can't
Don't your
accidentally kill
bastions-
themselves.
Say, don't your bastions do just fine because you can just spread it out?
Not when there's double units of them and it's just they're all just keep attacking and I'm like, well, do I either let them get free attacks in or do I do defensive strikes? You know?
You do what your
they are
heart tells
PAL
you.
13 weapon masters. So where if they're PAL 13 weapon masters, why aren't they dead? Oh yeah, they have 8 wounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And tough.
Well, yeah.
And they're undead.
Don't they all have steady sturdy as well?
No.
No, that's why you
Which-
give them IR.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, you just don't normally see them without IR.
Unless they have the thing that gives them weapon master for the charge.
All right. So tonight, should I repaint Kane 3 or Kane 4, whatever he is, the new Kane,
Four.
Major
Four.
Kane, or should I work on the Fire Quill, the special mini Quaid Fire Quill?
I don't believe in
Ooh.
repainting, so I think you should paint Fireplace.
Fire Quill. You need to get that stuff done for Richard, even though he's not going to
Yeah.
be around much for the rest of the year.
Well, no, I have the what do you call it? The other one done for him,
Yeah, the Abyssal King.
big guy. But yeah, I can finish painting that, or I can start
Yeah.
painting this. I'm trying to make it match the Abyssal King too.
Crazy, man.
I need to learn more of the rule, Sally. Who can't wear rule? Zem, you've been playing
Still don't
War
have a
Machine
Mark
longer
4
than I have.
Colossal yet.
I know. I was like, that's what I was saying earlier. I hope they're just randomly like, yeah, Dusk Colossal at Adepticon, by the way.
Yeah, please.
Dude, I hope so. I
Is
that
it
would
next
be-
time?
I was looking at that, the calendar, the chart, and one of the shapes is supposed to be the Dusk
The-
Colossal. It does look like
No,
it'd
no,
be
no.
March, April.
The on the roadmap, the Dusk Colossal's not on it.
Oh, you think? Okay.
No, it's not.
Well, it's one of the redacted ones, then, perhaps.
It's
Yeah,
the
or-
Crix and the Chimera one that are on it, right?
Yeah.
And the Crix Apotheosis Caster is the one that looks like it.
Yeah. Like
That's-
it, but it's actually the
Is it?
correct Apotheosis caster. Yeah.
But there's a War Machine redacted logo as well, isn't there? Which is something removed, so to speak.
No, I think that's the 2-player box.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah.
Do you think
Okay.
that's the
Because
the scum box?
Yeah, because they said
Yeah.
when that came out, people asked, "Where's the Dust Colossal?" They said not everything is on that roadmap.
Good
Yeah.
point. So,
I was expecting them.
But I
It's
want
kinda
that
open.
at some point, for the love of God, please. It's the last model I need.
oh, take out 2 Eidolons, put that in. Lovely.
I have been using like 2 Eidolons as the points as a test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm
I have noticed that my 2 Eidolons are very similar endpoints.
all right. Time to put some tufts on this dude, and he is donezo.
Jealous. I'm not even done base coating the 5 Reavers so
I
that
have
I can
my-
actually test my paint scheme.
I have my fancy UV tufts.
Uh-huh. What? So can you tell me what's up with the UV?
I don't know.
You started doing it, and now like I see it all over the place.
Yeah, I started a wave.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I just do things
Yeah.
like that. Apparently,
Do you want me to share a camera, or are we just doing audio?
you can do whatever you want. Showing a video of War Machine model getting stripped and repainting would be
Oh,
great.
purple. The pinky. I've used those. I've used them on my Gene Stealer cult.
Yep.
So I've done like Martian red ground, kind of gravelly ground, and then put those on. My Gene Stealer cult last year. Still got far too many of them.
Yeah, and then the cool thing about this is the tufts are also reactive.
All right. Why is it not? Oh, it's because OBS is still active. Silly OBS.
Yeah, he looks cool.
All right, now let's see. If the
Showing a
camera
video
pops
of
up.
models getting stripped and repainted for War Machine. That would be cool. I would love to do that with like an old Mark 1 model. Like the save a model videos, but for Mark 1.
Oh.
Like save an old metal
Yeah.
model.
There are some cool old ones, but a lot of them are
Yeah.
pretty
a lot
pretty
of them
rough.
are really rough.
Yeah. I thought they were amazing back in the day, but
Here's what I have a metal house Euler. I'll get like a toddler to paint it, and then I will strip it and paint it.
yeah.
Would be kind of thing. 80 mil caster.
Do
Do you think we'll get 80 mil casters?
I'm sure
Oh,
some
and
armies
while,
get
if we
one
get
at
it,
some
it'll be
point.
ages. If we get it, it'll be ages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some point some caster will at some point, but I don't think every faction will get one. I just want 80mm jacks and beasts for everybody.
Yeah, an 80 mil jack for dusk would be really cool. I don't know what it would like.
Well, if they brought the Dawn Guard kind of stuff, like the feel into your army, it could totally be in Imperatus.
Oh, that would be really cool.
And he's big enough to fit on an 80mm base the way the mount. If Behemoth ever gets a 80mm glow up, I will obviously buy that and paint it. But I'm taking my amazingly cool painted regular Behemoth and I'm putting it straight onto an 80mm base and playing it as soon as the rules hit the app and not caring. It is such a cool old model, and
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to use it the
And
second if it ever happens.
you could even do it like where you obviously own both, but like go
Yeah.
up to your table and be like, "Hey, are you cool with this as a proxy? I have the real model if you'd like."
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the real model would be amazing. I would paint the hell out of it. But yeah, I want 80mm bases for everybody. Jacks and beasts and stuff.
Hear me out.
Yeah, I'm sharing
Black
video.
Ivan 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So the interesting thing is that Sprakov has shown up in the fluff a bunch, and Torch was in the fluff. So I would love to see like Sprakov and a Torch on an 80mm base, but probably not.
Or strike a
Purple
riding
Avenger
torch.
2.
Huh?
Harbinger.
Harbinger 2.
That's Cyrafel.
No.
Is she still alive?
Harbinger?
Alec, is she still alive?
She can't die, can she?
is.
She can't die.
As far as we know, she is. They haven't said she isn't.
She can't die.
She's died
well,
once and was brought back to life, but
Exactly, that's what I mean, yeah.
yeah.
So the last we heard, she was marching off with, I believe, Resnick and High Reclaimer. And the
Yeah, that
last
was correct.
person, technically it's Testament. But
Yes.
the last time she
The High Reclaimer,
died, it was High
Thunder
Reclaimer
Head.
who went and got her back. So if she was wounded, I
Mhm.
would not be surprised if High Reclaimer marched to the city of Arcane, or the city in Arcane, and brought her
Retrieve.
back again.
It wouldn't shock me. I'm just
I just noticed.
I mean, that's
Party
that's
Fella
my
did join the
my
chat.
hope
Hello,
as a
dude.
meta player.
Yeah, I thought I heard your voice.
Yeah, the guy. I jumped in when you started saying, "Oh, Dust Colossal would be so cool."
Yeah, it would be. Perfect timing
80
for you to join.
millimeter Dust Colossal. Listen, I'm
I'm just waiting
trying to
for.
edit all these videos so you can upload them to you.
Oh yeah, we got to do that this weekend.
I got 16 gigs of video clips uploading to Google Drive right now.
Dude, I don't even know how many gigs of video I have. I have like, I need to delete the ones I've uploaded at this point.
You don't just have like extra terabytes of stuff.
I mean,
Beside-
I do, but I don't like using it because it's just like I'd rather use it for like movies and stuff.
I mean,
What
I
I'm
don't know,
really
I always
annoyed,
think
and this is a totally random fact. I bought a server, and I was like, oh, they'll use 3.5-inch drives, and I have extra 3.5-inch drives on my PC. I bought my server, it showed up, and it only uses 2.5, and I was like, well, I guess I'm buying more drives.
Like, are you painting that out of the pot, brave soul?
yes. I've
Someone
used
said
so much
Thunderhead
Sanguine
as the Signar 80 mil, and I'm here for it.
I'm down for that completely.
I already heard you guys talking about leaks, so we already know there's a
Yeah,
jack
sorry.
coming.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
an 80 mil, right?
Well, we were thinking about what the other ones for the armies, other
Yeah,
armies would be.
Other armies could be.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm still sad that the first one isn't actually Behemoth 2
Yeah,
because it will Proto Colossus but
yeah.
I will.
It could
I will
be.
take-
Maybe it's just not on the list. Maybe we
Yeah,
haven't seen the
that's
leak.
right. Maybe you're right.
I need it. I need it. I need it in my life so bad.
Right? Be super cool, but then
And what?
You cut out at the end.
You cut out. Yeah. You just gone.
Menoth smite him.
No, he's too busy uploading to Google Drive. Took all his internet.
God, yeah,
Probably.
Okay.
dying with these videos. That's what cuts me off.
Oh, is it actually trying? Like, is it offing itself because of your computer?
Yeah, because what was it? I tried to render that video yesterday, short,
Mhm.
and at one point when I was editing it, my two monitors just like powered off. It's like you don't have the graphic power to do this.
Oh.
What card are you running?
A 970. The computer I'm on is 16 years old.
A classic. That's a relic. You should
Still
frame
going.
that and buy a new one.
Right? All my money gets spent on War Machine. What can I say?
That's valid.
Yeah, my 5-year-old machine is starting to have issues.
I mean, my 6-month-old machine, it's
Yeah.
sometimes if I try to do too many things at once, I can actually see it like hiccup a little bit. Like, if
Oh my
I'm,
God.
Crazy,
rendering and playing a video game and, uploading and, and
Right,
recording
gosh.
at the
Hang
same
I know
time.
I've told you this before, Alec, but I hate you. No.
Hang on. I have to. This is gonna be my flex. I'm gonna put this in the chat.
Mr. IT, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm waiting. I want to see this.
I'm putting it. Where am I?
What's
Gonna,
your flex?
I'm gonna put it in paint discussions because it can be really. I'll put it in bot commands because it makes more sense.
Bot command.
Bot
is. I gotta look for that.
It's right
Don't you
below
know
paint
how old
discussion.
I am? I'm trying to find these things.
It's
It's up at the
loading.
top.
It's a literal server.
It's just sitting in the corner. Is it actually being used?
It's running my home network, my home environment.
It's just sitting there. Is that wood blocks?
No, those are 3D printed 1U rack server holders.
Nice.
Who got you into 3D printing? You must be such a dick.
Yeah, my stepdad is. You're right.
Oh.
Because he's the one who bought me my first 3D printer. You just got me into the bamboo, and then I grew up and
I
bought a
did
Prusa.
Ooh. Yeah, when
happened
you
to your
come back to
bamboo? Or do you still have it?
I'm just gonna laugh.
Oh, I sold my bamboo to Ross.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. But when you come back in 6 months and you're like, "Hey, Alec, what's this new bamboo they got?" I'll be like, "Oh, hey, did you sell that
Is that
Prusa?" And he's
nice?
like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Can't say I just bought a new rig while making a Monster Hunter content. What did you get? What's your new rig, Zem? But yeah, I'm excited for my Prusa. I'm like,
Monster Hunter.
yeah,
Now you're
Monster
getting
Hunter.
my
Yeah,
attention.
that will literally melt. I think if you downloaded that, downloading it would melt your PC. Party.
Oh, I had to. I used to play Overwatch on my computer.
Yeah.
I probably can still run it, but I'm like, oh, I'm gonna check out Marvel Rivals, and it couldn't even load like the opening video. It's like, oh nope, to the PlayStation it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So tell me this: back in the day when the War Machine game came out, was your computer good enough to run it when it came out?
Yes, but it still lagged.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want
It
to.
was
I've
was so
never been able to run it. I mean, I could run it on the machine that I have now if I really wanted to, but all the old computers I've had in the past have never been able to actually run it at full.
Does
at
it
full
run as well as
graphical.
the current app does?
I like the current app. The current app's much better than Mark III one.
Okay, I can
Yes,
tell you
true.
You're talking about like the old game, right? The old like tabletop or the
Tactics.
real-time
Tactics, right?
strategy
Tactics.
I put it on this computer, and this computer can handle it well beyond, and it still was having frame
full
issues.
quality?
Well, that's because it's
Yeah,
a bad
full
game.
quality.
Probably.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
just- They used some. They built it for some graphic card that never took off. That was like super high end. They thought that that's all how the graphic cards were going to go, and so they spec'd it for this graphic card that no one actually bought. And
This is a
then was
4090.
abandoned.
This has to be
Yeah.
better than what?
Yeah.
Well, it's not
sure
that
it is.
it's your card. It's the game's optimization.
Yeah.
It's crap.
Oh,
Yeah, it was awful.
It's like why Pokemon games run like crap, while Zelda games run really well on the Switch.
Listen, my computer was designed to run StarCraft 2.
heck yeah.
And what a game
And
that
it
love
did
that.
really well when it came out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still have one of my computers that was designed to run StarCraft 1. Will it turn on? No.
I remember my dad buying me StarCraft 1 Battle Chest at Walmart. He made me play it before I played StarCraft 2 because StarCraft 2 had just come out, and he's like, "You're playing this first."
Dude,
I rem-
dude, no, you're hurting me. I
you're-
bought
you're-
StarCraft 1 when it came out new.
Yeah, so did I.
God.
I'm the youngest person here. I'm also the youngest War Machine player here.
Wait, hold on. Your father played StarCraft 1.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, hold on. His father is 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wait, that's getting dangerous now.
Oh, God. Okay.
I remember going to the store to buy Warcraft 2 Battle Chest.
Oh, yeah.
So I
And
remember
it
playing
came
Warcraft 1. I remember playing Warcraft
On
1
DOS.
over IPX. Yeah.
Elite,
Yeah.
knowing that I'm bald, how old do you think I am?
It's genetic. It runs in the family.
No. You won't hurt my feelings, by the way. I don't care. Like, you physically can't hurt my feelings.
Dude, I had both versions of the Atari in the 80s, so
God.
the 2600 and the 3200, so that dates me.
I wasn't that rich in the 80s. We were in Section 8.
My dad worked for the Senate as a speechwriter, so he.
All right,
would
Elite,
get
how old do you
bonuses.
think I am? I'm waiting.
Who'd you ask?
Elite Cadre, because he doesn't know me in real life.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay. I need to bring your stream back up. I had it muted. Let me bring it back up, see what his response is.
How old do I think you are?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with it. Yeah,
I mean, if people have been
like
watching this
32,
from the
something
beginning,
like that.
they know how old me and Kurt are because we said earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Aren't you 84?
Yeah, I'm 72.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I wasn't quite born in '72.
Zem in chat's really close. I am 27. He said 28.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's a baby.
I'm just a
I'm far
baby.
off then.
Baby.
I am just a baby.
Young guy.
Okay, so hot take on painting this boy. Now, mind you, I know that I have a really bad tremor from breaking my back and everything, but painting into these tentacles and the angles, if they would have just had them come out 5 more degrees, it would be easier.
100%.
And that's
Yeah.
frustrating because I can see it, but I can't get in there.
Yeah, a lot of these Oreth models I'm running into have very similar issues.
And
Yeah,
I don't want to
it's,
like insult them, but it's just a frustration for someone who is like me.
You think that's bad? Ain't one of those airships, or maybe you have, but the little ones you can't even get behind, like the
Yeah.
troll. You can see behind them, you can see the boiler behind them, but you can't reach it.
You can
I-
try to
I
throw
know.
paint in there, can't you? You can try
I
to throw
have
paint
one-
into it.
sitting to the left of me to paint for one of my locals, and he glued the guy in, and I was like, dude, why'd you glue the guy in? I was gonna magnetize it for you. Just don't.
Oh my gosh,
It's gonna be rough.
At least the big one you could. It came in like what,
Yeah.
6 or 7 pieces.
Yeah.
But the little one was just so hard, and all those little ropes.
Yeah.
That's why you just clip them and then redo them.
Yeah, well, I should have done that.
Or
What's a
Sorry,
rope?
that's like after the fact.
here's what you
Oh,
should have done.
It's,
All
it's
the
like a year
ropes.
after the fact now.
You should have got rid of the blimp entirely and put him on a crab.
I put him on the crowd.
Crabs. I'm telling you.
I really like the airship look. It's a
Yeah,
great
me
looking
too.
centerpiece model.
I don't
But
know. I
I
really
propose
like
to
how
you
the airship
crabs.
looked like for Dusk. I know a Dusk player has an awesome airship.
Oh, it's gonna have a monster can on it. It's gonna be fantastic.
I really like the helicopters that the Australian guy did. That was at WTC
yeah.
last year.
Yeah, there have been a
Replaced the
few
ones with
really
helicopter
cool ones.
blades. Yeah.
Or the Ryan Bloods that were all like the heavies were just
the
big
robots?
barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
yeah, that was a
is-
WTC guy.
Man,
Yeah,
he,
those are amazing.
if he had ever shared those, I totally would have printed that army and gotten into Blind Bloods.
He did share
Really?
them.
All right,
You
I,
shared the
I
STLs?
have never seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, he should, because he also made and he gave away little 3D prints of it was like a troll mermaid, and it was like a turn counter. And he released the STL for that as well.
Now I'm gonna have to go look for those. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah, no, he did a damn good job sculpting them
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
They're awesome looking. Yeah, the Blind Bloods, the beasts are just a little too goofy for me, and that's why I
You're gonna
will
be 'cause
probably
I
never
was-
get into them. But
I feel
Hold on, that
bad.
new
That
shark
really
one
is
though,
All right,
that
Zeb.
looks good.
Yeah, I make most people feel old, unfortunately.
I wish the heavies were more piratey than just
Yeah.
like deep sea, because I really like the pirate part of it. Like I really like the light, because he's just like a bigger
Yeah.
troll with like
Yeah.
the cannon and stuff, right?
The
Yeah.
troll fits like the pirate theme really well.
yeah, I can't get past, and I know that they're really great weapons. But I just can't get past like the shark.
Yeah.
And the,
Oh, the new-
It's just a little weird for me. No, not Scum. Scum is, or Chum. Chum is amazing and cool. The actual like, he's holding a hammerhead shark, and the hammerhead shark is alive and can attack and eat things. That is too weird for me.
I prefer like the alternate ones, either the narwhal horn or the anchor. At least then it looks more like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
ship
yeah,
and all this
yeah.
stuff.
Swordfish too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but you know
I
they're
love
cool,
Hammerhead.
and Bradley's kicking my
I love
butt.
the
lately.
trolls. The trolls have always been a bit weird, haven't they? So I just like them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not a huge pirate fan, but I did like the trolls.
yeah.
I know when they first came out, we were like, because like AJ and my other guy who's like been just busy with kids, like he's a huge troll fan. He owned all this like the original trolls, and he like wanted to like the new trolls, but he's like, these aren't like trolls, but they are trolls, but they're not trolls.
Yeah.
He ended up liking them enough
Back
eventually
yet?
to buy them. Like he convinced himself to buy them, but like he didn't want to at first.
I got over it. I did feel that a little bit, so
Is his wife back yet?
No.
No.
He did say he would go to Nova though.
That's cool.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He wasn't there last year.
Hey, when do the hotels open up again?
Tickets go on
April?
sale the April 10th.
It was
Okay.
April
Erica
10th
was
or
on
April
earlier.
15th or something.
April 10th.
Yeah.
That's what Erica said earlier.
Oh, was Erica in here?
Yeah, for a short while.
Was
They're-
Andy as
she
well? I
had to
thought-
leave
I
to
thought they
record.
had a-
Andy didn't come in. She was editing their
She was just saying hi.
battle report and saying hi, and then they decided to go film something.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I thought Andy had a game scheduled.
Possible.
He was playing earlier.
Okay.
Oh, party
Man,
foul,
I feel like
by the
so
way.
many people have games scheduled, like trying to figure out like who has a game with who, and
Oh, War Tape was
Boom.
popping off lately.
yeah,
What's all the Adepticon prep and all the ATC prep?
yeah.
Yeah.
Party foul. This like lavender white that you told me to do is fantastic, by the way.
It's looking really good.
It is just off white enough that I am happy with it. It also like I think it blends in well with like the flat yellow.
Why does his jacket have tentacles? Oh gosh, darn it!
Mhm.
Those
This
aren't.
is
Oh,
this is my
that's not a
complaint about
tentacle.
this is my complaint about this model is the tentacles are not his. They're the jacket's tentacles. He has legs underneath.
He does.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought
His?
those were tentacles in front. Those are buttons, and I started
Right.
painting in front, and
100%.
I
Well, just
already
make,
stripped models this week.
just blend it all in together. Jacket
No.
and tentacles and well, I also don't like that his right gun is so tiny. 'Cause he's supposed to have a big
Yes.
blunderbuss.
Dude, okay, so minor thing. Why couldn't they give? So his other model has a starfish, has almost the exact same starfish on his shoulder.
100%.
Why couldn't we have like an octopus or a kraken or something?
Or move him to the other arm, or put him on his
Yes.
head. Or...
please.
This was what I put in my review, and I have the painted regular fire quill, and it's so much more dynamic, and he looks like he's having a good time. Like this one, oh, they could have just done a little bit more and made it better.
Or
Yeah.
or make it into Shadow Tongue and actually have it be Davy Jones. 'Cause
Ooh,
Shadow
that's what I
Tongue is
said.
effectively Davy
I
Jones.
said that on the podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Not that anyone listens to our podcast, but I said it
Oh.
on the podcast.
A lot of people have listened to this most recently.
Oh, okay.
If I just put guys in the 3D section,
Yeah.
Christoph, his little Ko-Fi
Okay.
coffee, that's where he has the links to the free
Okay.
pig stuff or
Cool,
the
thank you.
Brian Plus stuff.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Now I have to get Matt to actually print some resin for me. I keep offering to pay him, one of our locals, who is really into resin printing. And he just has the worst luck and is having all kinds of problems.
He has literally
Sorry,
the worst.
I
The
luck.
just-
absolute worst luck. But like,
Did you guys
I
look
keep
at the
offering
picture
to pay
of
him or to pay him to ship me the models that he's already printed for me, and it's been like 3 months, and yeah. Because my resin printer is dead.
Oh.
The new resin printers are looking pretty good. I saw the new Saturn looks good.
Yeah.
I know Jason bought one of the 16K.
Yeah,
And
this
that
new,
was
the new 16K.
Beautiful. But they're expensive.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
move, I'll probably buy a resin printer again.
Yeah. You'll need to have a garage or a ventilated spot where you can
Yeah.
use them.
Because when we move, we'll get a bigger place. And Zem in
Yeah.
chat says he listens, so you have one listener in chat. Look at that.
Yay. I know then Jay listens, I listen, Joe listens, you might listen, and then my mom listens.
I listen.
So,
Yeah.
I listen to it like a dozen or so times while editing it.
dude, I don't know how you do that. I used to have to edit for my old thing, and I hate the sound of my voice.
Man,
I don't edit. That's the
Editing-
best part.
editing Joe at the yeah. I don't know how you do that. But editing Joe at the end of this last cast was rough because his connection kept cutting out for like the last
Oh,
40 minutes of the cast, and so like fitting his words together so that sentences kind of made sense was really rough.
That is a dope fire quill, by the way.
oh, this boy?
We were just talking about that. My connection kept cutting out, but yeah, I had two, so I painted one
Yeah.
on a octopus, 3D octopus, and went for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
That
thinking
was
I'm
I like
popping
that
this
quite a
guy off his base and doing a different base, but I want to have it painted for Richard before he leaves. And then when he comes back, I'm like, give it back to me. I'm gonna break his off its base and fix it.
You just blue
I
tag.
had
Look at
two.
you.
So I did one fairly boring one, and then did one kind of very silly.
Yeah.
I've been redesigning all of the bases for my son's Chimera because he wants them better. And I was like, you could phrase it differently. You could be like, hey, Dad, I know you first were getting in to do some design for these, and these rocks look good, but can you make them look more dynamic? No.
Can you do
"Hey,
a
Dad,
better
can you make these
job?"
look better?
Fine.
Hey, old man, do better.
Old man. Gotta step it up.
Oh, did your Lilith arrive, Alec?
No,
You didn't? Okay.
I requested it. I have not got it yet. So,
I didn't know if you had ordered one from before.
no, I
I
was gonna
requested
order
one and
one.
it didn't get approved.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yep. Hopefully.
I'm hoping a lot of things happen here in the future, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping I don't have to spend as much on my new house as some people want me to spend on the new house.
Oh, I know when we move, it'll be expensive.
Dude, and I know I shouldn't be complaining because I know other people told me, they're like, do you know what it would cost for me to get a house here? And I'm like, yes, but I'm also cheap. And I say that to my wife, and she's like, you're not cheap. What do you spend on War Machine and 3D printers? And I was like,
Yeah.
hold on.
How many bamboos do you own?
4.
Yay. Got them.
you know, and that's
Is it
just
5 now?
no, shut up. No,
It almost was because I offered to sell it to him first.
I know, dude. If she would have let me buy one, but I promised her I wouldn't buy another one before we move. But another person I know is getting rid of one, and he's like, I'm getting so frustrated. So he doesn't dry his filament.
How much does he
just
want for
throws
it?
it in.
I bet you Ross will buy it.
No, I'm gonna buy it. I've already told him. I was like, hey man, I was like, because he's gonna come up and visit us after we move, and he has a P1S and an X1C, and he offered me the X1C, so that's the X1 plus the AMS for
How much?
$300.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I would buy that.
I'll give him 500. Hang
No, shut up.
on.
Luckily, none of you know who it is,
I know.
and none of you actually have ever met him in reality,
Yep.
because he'd be like, done. I'm like, no, we shook on it.
Yeah.
Hey,
But yeah, so hopefully I'm gonna have that, and then he said 150 for his P1S with AMS.
I'll buy it for 300. Hang on.
No, shut up. What's wrong with you? I'm finally gonna have an X1C and another P1S. Cause I need 'em.
Yeah, I'll just buy it and then give it to
Uh-huh.
Ross and make him print more things for me. So he'll have his own bamboo print farm like you have. This is a win-win.
No,
How much stuff do you have sitting around for me, Alec?
for you?
Yeah. Because
A
I sent you a
lot.
lot of stuff for this. I said I was going to pay you to print for me.
Yeah, I have that. I'm trying to think what else I have. I have
And
I
now we're
think I
talking
gave you
about theme tables. So
Oh, we should do. I have that Drachenfeld terrain. We could do that. The mini wargaming.
yeah.
And that'd actually be good
Mhm.
publicity for like, hey, we did a table for War Machine with your Drachenfeld terrain.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I'm hoping. Oh man, I gotta talk to.
What is it? What does it look like
Dan.
again? Is it?
It's like a ruined temple jungle theme.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
it's gonna be
we
really
may
good
need you
to zoom that off
to print some of that for.
for
We
Nova.
want to do a Lustrian style jungle table for Joe's frogs.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we might need to use some of that for that.
Yeah,
possibly.
my Prusa
Well,
will get
I
here
printed
in like.
the temple for him. The,
Yeah. Well, the
Aztec
temple is going to be
temple.
like a centerpiece of that. That might
Yeah.
also be able to break off and be a display board.
No, I was gonna say that I'm hopefully after we move, that's when I'm gonna make the hard push and start printing the trench, so that I'm gonna have a 4x4 worth of trench work because I bought those STLs, and then I'm just gonna try to basically slap chop those suckers for Nova, so I can bring a 4-foot by 4-foot because it's 3 tiers of trench works. Like it is like legitimate trench.
Jeez.
Well, not like 3 tiers, but
I've been
You know,
thinking
like-
about trying to scratch build some.
I mean you can. I figured it out. It's between the if I just do with the 4 printers I have now, it's gonna be like 210 hours,
Yeah, I would totally scratch.
and that's each printer.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's-
Okay,
Dude, it's 4 foot by 4. Like it is.
it's a full table.
I
Yeah.
think I showed you the
You probably did,
STLs.
yeah.
I'd probably do a less
it's-
textured version of it and then do some traditional finishing stuff at the end to make it.
No, I mean,
less-
you were more than welcome to. Like, that is just one of the
Plus.
things I'm planning on bringing to Nova. That way,
Yeah.
because I think everyone who possibly has gravediggers from Devicon.
Well, I think
think they're
we
gonna want-
need. Yeah. I mean, that definitely sounds cool. I think when Paul comes on Thursday, I think we're gonna talk. One of the things he wants to talk to us about is regions,
Mhm.
and if we're gonna build a bunch of terrain as the community project, theme tables for the community project this year. I think he wants us to like do specific regions of Immerin instead of just being like a trench table and a lava table and a XYZ table.
Okay.
I do want to build an Orgot temple. But yeah.
Man, I'm trying to remember who was that had the STLs for the Orgoth table.
I think I'm gonna scratch design one.
Okay.
I
meant
really
like
want
it was
to
someone
do
at PP.
Yeah,
a table, but I also this summer I have to work on my GBWC entry.
yeah.
That is going to take several months of my time.
So you basically have to get the stuff you're gonna play at Nova done before.
Yeah, I don't. And the only thing that's going to change in my list possibly would be like the stuff coming out at Gen Con, like the 2P box. But like, we've already got that like figured out what we're doing for it, so it shouldn't be
Ooh.
too.
And
Or
that comes
when
out.
you
If that
off
stuff
the
comes
top.
out at Gen Con, it would be really rough to get it done by Nova.
That's my guess, at least.
Yeah.
Is Nova fully painted?
It probably will
Yeah,
be.
The IGQ. I mean,
Well, I know the IGQ is going to be fully painted.
Yeah,
IGQ
yeah,
is always
I'm-
fully painted.
and I'm not. I don't think I'm playing IGQ. I'm playing in the. I want to play in the team event. So we'll see if they have that requirement or not, because SFG is going to be there.
Yeah. Well, I know.
So, we'll see.
So you know that like with you and I helping, like I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out what I'm gonna play in versus what I'm gonna help, and I don't know if I should just dedicate, to helping completely.
Yeah.
Like obviously I'm gonna dedicate 100% to the narratives.
Yeah, I'm going for trying to get a free room, and
Mhm.
so I'm going to work like 4 or 5 shifts.
Yeah.
And the only day
mean,
I'm
heck-
not working is Saturday, which is the team tournament, and then there's a single narrative Saturday night that I'll either play in that, or if we decide to do like a community dinner, it'll probably be that night. And actually maybe get it to pre-plan it and pre-reserve stuff this year. So we don't have the debacle that we had last year. where everyone ends up at different places.
Last year, yeah, we tried to all go to like this hot pot place, and then like
Yeah.
half of us didn't go to that, and then that was
There's like the
fun.
pizza place, and the pizza place didn't have seating, and
And then when the little group that we had, we just like walked for a little bit, found this one bar, went, and then got cookies after it across the street, and that was where we went.
yeah, me, JD, and Richard and Kirsten ended up going to a Mexican place, and she complained about the Mexican place the entire thing because it wasn't up to her standards. And it was hell.
wasn't like. Do you mean
It
like
wasn't-
it wasn't like hole in the wall like
The
Mexican?
meat
That's
was
my favorite style.
was a little dry, wasn't as juicy and rich in flavor as she wanted. And
Look, it's DC. You can only sometimes
Yeah, it's
you get
DC,
something.
yeah.
Right,
it's
exactly.
sometimes it's super good, sometimes it's not.
Right, and it wasn't really all that bad. It just wasn't like the most top tier amazing Mexican I've ever had in my life. But it wasn't bad.
I mean, right? Because it's not Southern California.
Right.
I was gonna say Colorado, but
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. It was good, but like she complained. the entire
oddly
time.
enough, some of the best Mexican food I've had is in Colorado.
Yeah. I believe it.
And there was a really good place that did tacos right next to a hot yoga place in Fayetteville. So I would go do hot yoga with my wife, and then we would go over and she would get like 3 tacos, and I would eat as many as I could, and it was delicious. I don't know if it was because of the hot yoga or if it was just good food.
Probably both.
Yeah, I should refresh this
So
guy.
here's the other thing about this model. There's like 2 layers to his jacket, but then he also has his cloth on it. But then is his man?
You don't have to paint that model tonight if you
I
don't
do.
want to.
Shut up. I have to paint it. I have no choice. I've committed. I put ink on it.
Don't worry, I've committed to painting my archers, but they're not getting done tonight.
Why?
Because like I will probably get the white done on all of them, and then I'll probably finish them tomorrow on stream.
Are you streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, since work's like because of no work and all that because of the snow, I'll do my
Gotcha.
normal stuff in the morning, and then I'll be able to stream all day again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can finish the archers tomorrow and get back on track because the archers are supposed to be done on Monday. I literally wrote out a schedule so I could finish all my models in time.
Intense.
I approve.
I really wanted to get my. So we're running an escalation league in my local meta, but basically a modified journeyman league, and we have 75 points. The first week of 75 is on Sunday, and really wanted to get my army fleet painted for that, but now it's snowing like crazy. I suspect there won't be War Machine on Sunday, so because it's gonna be
mean,
cold
now
until Sunday.
Now you have an extra week.
Yeah. I might actually delay 75 and have it start in a week or so after. Do another week of 50 because like no one was out for 50 either because everybody was sick.
So Taylor,
Yeah.
this is what my
Hang
my
on,
3 greens are.
I'm not facing the
For-
camera. One sec. I'm not facing my PC. 1 second.
These are the 3 for my gravediggers. The 3 greens that I'm gonna do overlapping.
Oh yeah, I like it. And then hang on, do I have my greens
Yep.
next to me? Hang on. Where's my green speed paints? Oh, I have them somewhere. They're somewhere right here. Oh, there they are. No, yes. Either. I think you probably do either camo cloak or orc skin. Those two
Okay.
seem pretty fun.
And those are the quick paints.
Yeah, the speed paints. Gunner camo might be cool too, actually.
Yeah, I think Joe suggested one of the
Yeah.
ones by GW.
Here,
I think it
I
was
pulled 'em up.
something
I'm
camo.
pulling them up on my stream.
Oh, hold on, let me. No, all I see is dusk right now.
Oh, yeah, give it a second.
Yeah, there's a delay.
There they go.
It sounds like a Dune misquote. All I see is dusk.
I think that lighter one. What is the one on the far left?
That's gunner camo.
Gunner camo then.
You want something a little dark? You might try them both. Gunner camo might be good, but camo cloak might be a good base. If you mix these two, it'd probably be really fun. Zem, what Zem and chat? What heavy paint you? What heavy are you painting tonight? But yeah, one of those three. There's other greens that they have too. Those are just like the ones that I see. Yeah, I have all of them.
All right. I'm gonna head on out. I'll talk to you guys later.
Good night.
Sure, man.
Cool.
Right.
Right.
All right, let me turn my music back on. My music stopped.
All right, now that he's gone.
I know, right? Crazy.
Yeah.
Now we could talk about how bad Menoth is.
Yeah, really.
Worse than Menoth is Dusk.
I know. They're the worst.
I used to
Literally the
love
worst.
Menor.
MK4 Signet
Very long
heavy,
time
eh?
They're good. Well, that's good. Mouth. You look at them and on paper they seem like they should be great, especially the casters, and they don't do it for some reason. I think it's all the single wound models that they have to rely on for a lot of stuff. They do have multi-wound models, but they're all melee.
My favorite Menoth caster was Vlad 3.
Let's go back a bit. So saying Chris is a Kador caster. That's one of those two, wasn't there?
Right? No, let the Warriors
Yeah.
of the Old Faith. Bring
Yeah.
out my
Yeah.
Judicator and Double Hand of Fate rockets everywhere, just blowing shit up.
Yeah. Vlad 3 with Judicator was pretty crazy. I will admit that. And
And then
part
you
of the reason
had
I have Menoth Army.
right. Then you had the
Same as the
exemplar,
dope.
The horses.
And
That
then
is dope, Zem.
Yep, and then Paladins.
Yeah, the paladins, and of course, don't forget the archons. Right, the
Yeah.
Menoth archons just shooting fire with their whips.
Yep.
Good times.
And I would say they were. I don't know about good. They were times, all right.
Oh, I love that army. Just charging right across the battlefield and fiery angels and rockets raining down.
I can't say much.
Great.
We still have Archons, and his name is Kruger.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he definitely got the bump up.
He actually just got. I was doing some testing with Helith. He just got dropped to my Helith list to fit room for the Colossal.
Really?
Yeah. The problem I see.
I can't believe.
Go ahead.
Or go ahead.
I'm waiting on you. Go.
You.
Oh, this is cute.
I can't believe he released it 5 points. All I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that he was crazy for 5. I do like the bump to 7, and the simplification of his rules.
Yep. Totally worth the bump to 7. He's great when
Oh,
I play one of RPs in every list.
Yeah. The only reason he didn't stay in my Helith list was because he doesn't benefit from the feat. So I wanted more
Well-
models that benefit from the feat, either that be archers or slayers.
Yeah. We never had that, man. Come on.
He used to benefit.
I know for you,
Yeah.
he'd benefit from kill order from. I think he still benefits from kill order for Severin. But yeah.
But yeah, I think my Helith list right now, like as a testing, not knowing what the Colossal's rules will be, is like the Colossal, maybe a Spectre, and then just 1 unit of Seekers, 2 units of Seekers if Spectre's there, and then just Dreadguard spam.
That Spectre is such a I saw it on paper when it first got the rules. I'm like, that is a terrible jack.
I know you said that, and then look
8
at him
points,
now.
and it's awful. And every time I play against it, it does something awful to me.
Yeah, I remember
It
when I
doesn't
said
Something new I wasn't expecting.
He is my favorite
What'd
Jack.
What'd you say? Sorry, not Taylor
Kurt.
Or
I just say he just doesn't die as
He
well.
just does not die.
Which is, I'm realizing a theme with a lot of the dust jacks, which they seem fragile on paper, and you put them on the table, and they're like, oh, you can't hit that.
they just
Oh.
soak some damage.
Yep.
I'm just gonna sit here and soak some damage. Let me know when you're done.
I played in a cane with my with the Eidolon and he had a feat to kill it. He killed it.
Well done.
I still haven't played into Kane.
But it was after that game I switched the Eidolon back to Big Pig.
Mhm.
Because when you run the Eidolon with Moraine, you have to take IR just so it has a free upkeep. And in a cane, it's better to have the extra rack spot than it is to have an IR Jack. Because like in Decane, you can take D-Cell and Black Talons and Mirage, and he's having a terrible time. Because then he has to threat the Mirage. He has to respect the Mirage, respect the Black Talons, and then D-Cell just helps you.
Are you still trying to go to WTC? Or are you
Not
trying
this
to
year.
get prep for it?
I'm trying to make my resume for it this year, basically. So I'm playing in every IG that I can.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I signed up for the IG at Bocor, playing at Adepticon. Gonna try to go to, I think there's one in Tennessee that I can try to go to.
Yeah, I was gonna try and run one close to us, but the paint requirement has sort of killed that. From the stuff that I've seen.
Who in our group wouldn't be painted?
I was gonna try and run it up in Richmond and do like a 32 player and invite people from Nova
Okay. Yeah.
and Tennessee and some other places. And some of the communities I talked to, they were like, "Yeah, we don't want to play in it because it's a fully painted requirement."
That's fair.
We'll see. I might still try and do it, but I was gonna try and run it at Battlegrounds up in Richmond, which has a huge gaming place.
I think you'd get, because I know Glenn, Chris, Adam would all show up.
I want to try and run it before Alec leaves in May, beginning of May. So I was trying to do it in like mid-April or like 2 weeks before Adepticon or like the end of March, and it just doesn't work with the other tournaments and events that people have already planned and on the calendar.
Yeah, that's like literally what I'm running into. Is there's just other events to go to.
I might try and run one in like the beginning of August or the end of July to prep for Nova, maybe.
That'd be fun.
But we'll see. We'll see. Try and get it on the to play in it before Richard goes out to sea at the end of August or middle of August or whatever.
When's Gen Con?
It's the first couple days of August, I think. Usually.
Yeah, if you did like early July, you could probably do it.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do early July, but because of
Yeah, it's impressive how much you guys travel, or some people travel to get games to events. I mean,
I did that in Mark 1 and Mark 2, but I haven't done it since Mark 2.
I used to drive all over the UK to get games, to get to attend events pretty much every month. But then that cost me my marriage, I think, in some respects. Consequences.
Yeah, I used to
Other
drive
things, obviously, as well.
an
Always
hour
are.
more every weekend to go to an event or to run an event for a store
Yeah, I used to.
within like 2 hours of where I lived at the time. So, I don't do that anymore though.
No.
Too old.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say same.
Not healthy enough. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, this year I'm like gonna be the travel-y person. I'm gonna travel. I'm traveling to a lot of events, or gonna try to.
Yeah.
It looks like the Welsh Masters is not going to happen this year. Well, so far, it's not going to happen this year, which is disappointing. That's only 2 hours away from me. So it's only 2 hours away-ish, just over 2 hours. So that's always a good one to go to for me.
Why is that happening?
So the original organizer hasn't really played much in the last 12 months. So he's bowed out for this year. And then when I wrote to Jamie Perkins and just said, "You aware this is happening or not happening? And what's happening?" Because obviously Jamie has always gone to it. And I've known Jamie for years. And I said, have you considered that Steve Forge might want to run it? And he was like, actually, we are talking about it. I haven't said anything, but we are. And then they tried to re-engage it, and everybody was like, there's a massive rugby match that weekend, and there's no way we can afford the hotels.
Well, okay.
Well,
Yeah, because Cardiff is a massive rugby town, and it just goes nuts on match weekends. Hotel rooms were £500 a night, £500 a night.
Jesus, yeah.
Because they just pushed them up, prices just go stupid. So they're trying to find alternative dates, but the venue is quite a large game store, and they have a schedule that's booked up months in advance. I don't know when they've got a weekend that's free.
Yeah, that's the other problem with the stuff around us is that we live sort of in the middle of a two big 40K gaming communities, and they're prepping for Nova, which is like 3.5 hours from us. So it's really hard to schedule any kind of event at a larger store because all the qualifiers and stuff for the nationals that happen at Nova are happening when we want to schedule big events. So
yeah, so it was tricky trying to find a gap. Well, it is now getting harder to find gaps in the calendar, as you say, because you compete with 40K. I mean, it used to be just finding gaps in the War Machine calendar. It used to be nuts. I could get a game, go to an event every month somewhere and I would drive a maximum of maybe 3-4 hours tops, and I could get to an event every month.
Yeah, the when I first moved to the area that I live in now, where Taylor's sort of a little north of me, I moved here 10 years ago, and there were 3 stores that had a regular night. Me and a friend started a regular night at a 4th store. We all had tons of people, and there was literally a tournament every weekend of the month at one of each of these stores, and it was amazing. And then the store up in Richmond, which is a city, the sort of the capital of Virginia, the state that we live in the U.S., and is like an hour and a half from us. Their community was like, we're going to start running like big bi-monthly events that will end at this huge store, and people would come from 2 hours away or an hour away or 5 hours away. And so we have these big like 16 to 32 man players. And then COVID happened, and the whole community died, and everyone moved to the country and disappeared, and it has never come back.
Thank the Lord.
And it's so depressing. But
I think some games really maximized COVID, didn't they? So like I bought tons of Star Wars Legion during lockdown. I painted so much Legion during lockdown, and Space Marines as well. But somehow Privateer Press weren't able to capitalize that, and they kind of had a bit of a lull at that point, didn't they? Which did not help.
I played so much Warcaster online during and like just tons and tons and tons and tons and tons, and made tabletop simulator maps for it that staff ended up using to playtest Kickstarter books, and I mean I played a ton. And then a bunch of the guys I played with who were there was like 2 podcasts that were I used to be on a podcast called Charge the Spike for Warcaster during COVID, and the other podcaster that was sort of like our competitor that was also played in these online leagues got onto the dev team, and Privateer refused to fix the little things that would take Warcaster from sort of a loose where the TO had to make clarifications before an event, sort of like some of the GW games from like 5th and 6th were. Warcaster is in that place where it's mostly tight rules, but there's a couple things like what happens when a model gets knocked off a building and falls on another model. And they refused to fix those couple of things. And so when the 3rd Kickstarter book came out right after COVID was over, there was a big blow up because Privateer refused to fix those problems, even though they released a big physical hard rulebook, and just everyone disappeared, and the online community died. It was, and I actually haven't played Warcaster since. It's
really kind of bizarre because
really
events,
unfortunate. Yeah. For how tight the rules are for War Machine for the most part, too.
It just feels like Privateer Press those last COVID and that, like they were just getting in their own way, kind of thing.
Pretty much. Yeah, totally.
Full skate in chat.
Right, like
I was
from-
gonna join,
from-
but the life got crazy. I understand, man. Thank you for stopping in the chat. Zem also says if they lowered Judy's cost, they'd see more. You right, probably.
Between all the Kickstarters and the Brawl Machine, and it just
Yeah.
felt like people were trying to keep the game alive, and Privateer Press was just kind of doing whatever they could
Oh.
to make a quick buck and
Yeah.
Call it a day.
It was so heartbreaking when Fourth got announced and Line of Sight just decided to like quit playing War Machine.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So heartbreaking.
I was surprised by the Steam Force. But I didn't see that coming. Like
Yeah.
I don't think anyone saw
that was the
coming.
weekend of the
Well, he's been.
that was the weekend of the UK Games Expo, and I'd seen Rich Loxham at the Game Expo and said hello and had a bit of a chat, and
Yeah.
seen loads of other people. And one person had said, "I think something's happening with War Machine, but I'm not sure what." And I'm like, "Do what now?" And he's like, "I don't know. Something is happening. I can't say what I think." And it's like, "Okay." And then by Monday, we all knew what was happening. It was so weird.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about it, but supposedly Matt had been trying to sell it for like several years, since Mark IV kicked off, and AEG, the company that grabbed Marvel Crisis Protocol from them, actually made a really good offer for the company, and like would have kept all the staff on, and basically would have just transferred to and we probably would have gotten plastic models right away because that's what they do.
Marvel Crisis Protocol models are not great. Hang on.
And well, yeah, the Marvel Crisis Protocol models aren't great. I agree, but it would have probably transitioned a lot better, and they had a lot more money behind it than SFG did. And Matt just wouldn't sell to them because of the Marvel Crisis Protocol thing.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, and
Because there were so many of them were ex-PP.
Yeah, so many of the devs have moved over to that, or to, at the time it was Rivenstone.
Well, you realize, that, and this is sort of like old stuff, but Privateer Press actually developed Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yep.
Yep.
The first edition, all the figures and stuff were all sculpted by Doug.
Oh, wow.
All the starter box figures were all sculpted by Doug Hamilton, all the way through like the Blackguard guys and the Wakanda guys. Those are all sculpted by Doug.
Pretty much between Warcaster and Marvel Crisis Protocol is why we have Mark IV.
Yeah, they developed it. They developed it, and then AEG saw an opportunity to try and actually buy. They actually tried to buy Privateer, and Privateer escaped, but they ended up buying and taking a bunch of the devs, Schick and Bogani and those people, and creating Atomic Mass Studios and spinning it off, and then taking Star Wars from Fantasy Flight and giving it to them.
Flight.
Yeah. Because they wanted to start their own. They wanted to have their own miniature game studio. Asmodee or whatever that company is.
Well, and I remember seeing a lot of the devs leave for Rivenstone.
Well,
At the time.
that was because they went to Rivenstone, and then because there was like 5 devs for the entirety of COVID.
Yeah.
And he got overworked, and so he left, and he got a really good deal because not Schick, Schoonover, Will Schoonover was at Rivenstone when they hired Hungerford, and then he left like them right afterwards to go work for like Steve Jackson Games or something like that. So that's how Hungerford got picked up by, and then Hungerford basically was like, "Hey, Faye, I need a playtester. Faye is this awesome person that's playtested me for years. Hire her." And so she was like the head of dev for Privateer for a month, and then she was like, "I got an offer that like triples my money."
Right? Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the guy that owned Rivenstone mismanaged the money and that full.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I got a couple 3D prints out of it.
Yeah, I have some files to print, but the community that we sort of got in because we were excited about Hungerford when Hungerford left, they were all like, "Well, I don't care if it gets backed or not, because Hungerford's gone, and we were there for Hungerford." So
Well, and it also depends how much you're into it, right? Like
yeah,
you're gonna be a lot
Well,
more pissed off if you're into it for $400 than
true.
Whatever-
I had
whatever the base army is.
a couple of models, and I was actually looking forward to the 5th faction. The Wild faction was what I was going to play when that came out. That they teased at the end of the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
felt like a lot of Privateers Press stuff. You know, I got into it
Oh,
in the middle of MK3, and it was just a lot of, oh, here's the next new game system that we're gonna look at. Like, here's Riot Quest, here's
Tons of
Warcaster,
side projects, yeah.
yeah, here's
Yeah, well-
Mompoc, and it's like, well, how much do you guys have to?
when
R.I.P.
How much
Montauk.
time and resources do you guys have to share? And like, wait, War Machine is now like no longer your prime focus; it's your 4th focus.
at their heyday, they had like 3 or 4 individual dev teams, and writing staff, and painters, and streamers, and yeah, it was they were huge for a while at the end of Mark II, beginning of Mark III, and it just sort of dried up because they kept making bad decisions and having really bad luck with companies and producers and stuff.
Rest in peace, Montauk.
Yeah,
That was a wonderful game. I miss it.
Which game?
Montauk.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Uh,
Montauk.
it-
Great.
So they did an announcement recently.
That they're selling
Yeah, they're
everything
get-
for STLs. The game is gonna
Yeah,
die.
it's becoming
Yeah.
FTLs and yeah.
There's
still
usually not a
large
good- there's
community
usually
in
not a
Europe
good
that
sign.
plays. There's still a really large community in my area that plays, that our area that plays. They play World's Best.
Oh, I've painted up like tons of those monsters. I
Yeah.
painted a lot of those during COVID,
4 or 5 factions of them sitting around.
just because the
Actually, I
sculptures
played
so
the
cool.
original version, the pre-painted, but
Oh, yeah.
more than it. I didn't get any of the newer stuff actually.
Yeah, I play tested the original game.
Yeah, Zem, it's hard to find the balance between, someone in the chat was saying, they're like, I want to paint faster, but it's the quality I want takes too much time, or like it takes time. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You know
hard to-
that pain.
It's hard to find that balance, for sure.
That's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm base coding a bunch of guys, but that's effectively what I'm doing. Is I've figured out the basis of my scheme, and now I'm trying to figure out how to paint it fast.
Yeah, finding that like that baseline that you can get you table ready.
Yeah, and what you're willing to spend per guy, and
Secret
I mean,
is an airbrush.
yeah.
I mean, even if
did-
you airbrush, like
Mm,
part of it, you still have the rest of the model.
Well, depends how detailed you want to go, right?
That's true. I'm learning to tone down my detailing.
yeah.
If you had Jack Heavy Army, you know, you airbrush Kador. I airbrush the reds. I use sticky tack to block out the reds. I airbrush the black. Now I just got to go in with the golds and the silvers.
That's
There we
true.
go.
I did a lot of airbrushing 10, 15 years ago, but it just isn't in my palette right now. I just don't. I don't
For
know.
like little
it's not
guys.
for me.
Yeah, little guys, you're only going to get so much mileage out of it. But
Yeah.
the bigger stuff,
I mean, the problem is that then when painting it, the big stuff and the little stuff don't look the same unless you're doing lots of stuff on the little stuff to make the armors look as smooth as the stuff that was on the airbrush.
that's fair.
It bothers me so, but I'm not a total perfectionist, but I'm borderline.
Well, I finished painting this mini crate for Dusk, and like the
Do you
cloak.
feel cleaner or dirtier after?
It's gross. I'm actually happy with it. I'm actually more proud of the fact that it took like just those like 3 color sets. I didn't mix and do all this other.
Yeah, and you
Billion
did it in like
colors, I
6
think
or
that-
7 hours.
Yeah, it was. That's pretty quick. But just being able to airbrush the cloak, like for me to hand paint that.
Oh yeah, the reason mine was so quick was because I was able to do like the sponge.
Oh, the sponge. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I did mine in 2 hours.
Yeah, the big, as long as I get the big stuff. If I can get it as smooth as possible, and then I gotta paint. The rest looks rough. At least
Yeah, the big
chunky
core
areas look
detail of
smooth.
it's good.
Smooth.
Like when I tomorrow, like Friday stream, I'm painting the jacks on Friday. There's not much I have to do. I have to paint the white and the metal, and there's only 2 colors there, and I have to do the glow effects because there's no cloth on the jacks. Alec in chat says sponge is the future.
Sponge is the future. Yeah, I see that.
No.
Sponge
Hey,
is
it's probably
future.
it's probably a good idea how to paint your gravediggers because you get that like camo if you just sponge different colors.
Yeah, and you get like that grungy feel, like the trench.
I've never gotten sponging to work for me. I've tried it
I've
in the
never played
past
with it
on my
much.
GW models and trying to do it for chipping and stuff like that, and it just is never. I never get good looking sponged things. It always looks weird or big huge blotches that ruin paint. Ruin a
I've messed with it on
color.
tanks. I think when you get streaky painting on tanks, I've been messed with it then
Yeah.
to actually smooth it out. I've done that and it's worked, but that's about it. I've never had any success otherwise.
Yeah, I'll just stipple. I'm pretty good at stippling with paintbrush, so
Yeah.
if I need to do that effect.
I'm
Cats are
excited.
looking good.
What's looking good?
Oh, just
Oh, his cats.
use Kurt's cats.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think.
he's
Might
crushing.
trim
it.
the tufts of grass when they dried out and not going to move anywhere. But I'm quite happy. That's first unit done. Second unit's halfway done.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, the mains look good. Armor looks good.
Thank you. I'm pretty happy. I think. I might come back and mess about, but I'm quite happy with the faces. I think it's that level, as we were just saying, it's that level of detail, isn't it? How far do you go for something that's
Well,
infantry?
And that's the thing. It also depends. Are you playing on these, or are they just going on a shelf, right?
Playing with them tomorrow.
Right. So you want to paint them so that you can play with them, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if
Hell
you're just
yeah.
gonna put them into the group on the shelf, there's no time limit, right? As long as you want.
No, true.
The ones I'm painting right now, not gonna get played very much. But once I figure out how to paint this color scheme, the rest of my army will get played a lot. So
I'm gonna get a game tomorrow. I don't know who against yet. I'm just going down to the club and have a game.
Nice.
But
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm painting my archers now. They're like my primary force, and
Yeah.
they're like my primary art unit in the Moraine stuff.
I put my Cypher list on the table last week. 2 weeks ago. Only just lost on points, and then realised when I came to pack away that I hadn't got the archers out, and the archers had stayed in the box the whole time.
Oh
So 29 points
no!
down. My opponent was more gutted than me. He was like, "I feel robbed now."
Need to get better with doing Rust. Figured out the way to do it.
and Rust.
Yeah, Rust. There's a tons of ways to do Rust, and it all depends on what type of
I
Rust
can
you
help you
want.
with, I can help you with that.
Yeah.
I'm really good at Rust.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you. I think I'm gonna call it a night because it's
Yeah,
very
good,
late
man.
now.
Thanks for joining. I probably will
Yeah.
once I get this model painted the last little bit. I probably will call it myself.
got lunches to make for kids, so I will talk to you guys later.
Yeah. Good night, man.
Thanks for your time.
Susan?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Good
finish
Oh,
this
and Mr. King, I sent you a link to the Google Drive.
Oh, sweet. Thank you so much. I'll grab those files tonight.
All right, talk to
He called me Mr. King. I love that.
you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this little panel, and I'm probably gonna call it myself. It's getting late. I need sleep. I don't know what it was. I just woke up today like sick as ever. Like yesterday, it was like fine, and today I just woke up like I got hit by a truck.
That was Monday for me.
So it worked out because like I was supposed to have a test tomorrow, and they're like, "Oh, cancel because of snow." I was like, "Sweet, I'm just gonna paint."
Yep.
And it's perfect because I'm out of paint now of this mixture. Sweet. Mr. King, his dad, Mr. King. Alec, you're funny. All right, so one more model to do the white on tomorrow, and we can do the blues on him. We can go through and finish these guys up. Yeah, that'll be sweet.
I got
Yeah. All right.
all my guys. Well, I will have finished all their basing before I stop. But yeah, it's good hanging out.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. And chat, thanks for hanging out, watching Zem. Wish you a wonderful night. Anybody else who hanged out and is hanging out, thanks for hanging out. I will see all of you tomorrow, like at probably 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern. That's probably when I'll get up and get live. We'll see. All right. Good night, y'all, and have a wonderful night.
Later.
You know I'm down for whatever tonight. I don't need the finer things in life. No matter where I go, it's a good time.